All right, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to week 3 of the Aegis Protectors League play-ins. This is the do or die elimination match here. I'm Jason Crip 5. I have TDS with me, and tonight we got Dreadzone Gaming Olympus up against the Superfriends.
What a name. The Superfriends, which they won't look that super if they end up failing here, because if I'm not wrong, I also put them in my predictions, so I hope they actually perform and show that they are super. Just saying. Just a quick thing.
Absolutely.
Nothing much.
And right off the bat, we're already kind of going into draft here and looking at some of the pick and ban priority. We see Tom Kench of all champions going to be picked up for the first pick here.
So first pick Tem Kench is something interesting because I don't know really why he would first pick Tem Kench, if I'm honest, but it's maybe something about comfort, and in this stage where it's do or die, I can understand if you do opt into comfort. Now, the answer by Superfriends, a really strong bot lane duo in the form of the Lucian Nami, and you have more information on them than I am, so I'm kind of interested if they would then try and play much more heavily towards spot side and try and fit this Lucian as much as possible, or if this is just to allow for them to have priority by themselves and play through other side.
Yeah, I mean, speaking as a former super friend myself,
Yep.
the bot lane has absolutely been a strong point for the super friends this season. C9 Throat Goat has done a wonderful job with the AD carry position, been performing really well, really putting the super in super friend. And having a staple pick like Lucian Nami means that there's this really good early carry point. There's a lot of damage that they can do. They should be able to smash out the lane and really perform and just do well in general. As you see DZG Olympus responding with the Shyvana pick here, which is definitely on the spicy, and we see Super Friends responding off here with the Vigar for the side of cross counters in that middle lane.
Yeah, and I think we have had a Shyvana previously in LPL. I'm not 100% sure, but I think Shyvana is in a spot where she can be picked, but you have to be careful about what champion you picked her into, or what lane, no, what kind of draft you picked her into, right? Because if not, it can be quite difficult for her to be able to execute. So it's going to be interesting seeing what the Shyvana does too. The Veigar pick I like because I feel like she can be such a great champion to deny the Veigar from no to deny the Shyvana from getting in and doing as much as she wants, which I think would be something super ideal for the Super Friends.
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely going to be a lot of emphasis on just zoning tools and not just not letting the side of DZG Olympus kind of be able to get into their composition. And we see, the Shen pick is definitely really good in terms of keeping
Okay.
carries alive and making sure the side of Lucian and Nami are able to safely DPS. As we're gonna see an interesting situation where the Super Friends are gonna opt for a jungle counter pick of all things.
Yeah, that could be interesting to see if they get the correct counter pick. Now, Shen, reminder, was still a champion that could theoretically be played in the jungle. So we may see that potential flex from the Super Friends. I don't think it's going to happen, but I also feel like if you give your counter pick to the jungler, it means that you want to have your jungler be as strong as possible. So him being the secondary carry threat in this particular game, which it's not the most common of things, and junglers that typically are the hyper carries in that regard are banned as well because Diana and Graves are taken away from the jungle pool. So it's kind of surprising seeing that priority going into the jungle or into the potential counter pick. Now, speaking a little bit on DCG, with the or now they drafted a pretty normal front to back 5-5 teamfight composition. I think this means that we are going to see a Shyvana that is going to opt into much of a bruiser tanky style with what's called the Frost Fire Gauntlet,
Yeah.
and then opting into the Demonic Embrace instead of just opting into full AP, which I think for this game wouldn't be that bad. I have played with that. It actually quite surprising how good that champion felt when I played with that. And okay, the Echo Jungle.
Yeah. Echo Jungle gonna come out here for Jinja, and you know the Super Friends have definitely been kind of going crazy all over the place. Busting out unique picks, going for different
Yep.
lane swaps and that type of stuff, and even letting me pilot the Corky top. So there's
True.
definitely a lot of variation and interesting things that we can see from the Super Friends. And seeing the draft come out this way definitely feels very much like a Super Friends draft. And for the side of Dreadzone Gaming Olympus, very standard front to back. So it's going to be a matter of execution in the early game to see if the Super Friends are going to be able to make sure they can get to the point where all of their champions are strong even. How do you feel about the compositions, TDS?
Yeah, this feels like even though I can see Super Friends having late game potential because it's not like all their champions are bad at certain points. When you compare it to DCG Olympus, like post 30 minutes, you just feel like DCG's Olympus composition kind of spikes better. They have a better transition into late game, and they have a more standard composition to team fight. Super Friends do have a composition that I feel like if they can execute mid game quite well with the power spikes from Lucian, from Shen, from Echo, I can see them just snowballing through that. Because if you have a fed Echo, you have a fed Shen, or a fed Echo, a fed Lucian, and then a Veigar that can stand by himself, you can just dive in with the Shen ultimate onto the Echo, kill Jinx, and then what? What do you actually can do without the Jinx dealing damage? Because then you have 4 tanks and then a Vex. The Vex is going to play a pivotal role in denying the dive, but I feel like Super Friends are really putting themselves into a spot where they need to be able to kill the carry and have a good early mid game if possible. But if they don't, if they go into late game equally, I can see them just failing because of how huge of a front line DCG Olympus has and how much of a hyper carry they have in the form of the Jinx.
Absolutely, that's definitely gonna be something that we'll have to keep our eyes peeled for once we
Yeah.
move in towards that mid to late game. The early game is gonna be really important as well to see where the focus on certain lanes will take shape. And ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind that this is gonna be the elimination match. For Aegis Protectors League. Whoever loses are just goodbye, and that's the end of your season. Whoever manages to win is gonna clinch that spot for playoffs. So there's definitely going to be a lot at stake here. And, with that all being said, we're going to jump to a short little spectate delay break here. So, while we're going to be going ahead, grabbing some water, taking our breaks and stuff, waiting for the game to load up, don't go anywhere. And we'll be right back with this first game of the series tonight. All right, hello, 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 hello. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we have it loaded onto the Rift. It's going to be the Super Friends up against Dread Zone Gaming Olympus. And right off the bat here, one thing that screams out to me is the Dark Harvest Ignite Smite Shyvana TDS. What are our thoughts on this wonderful, wonderful pick here?
I'm glad we both noticed on the same thing because as soon as I saw it, I thought this is something we have to talk about. This essentially screams to me this has to be AP Shyvana because you won't go this kind of route, this kind of super aggressive route, unless you want to 100% kill a target. With the Shyvana that is a little bit more tanky bruiser, then you opt into the lethal tempo or the what is called the press the attack. Try and make your kind of impact be a little bit more noticeable, especially kind of like a Bolivar. So it is much more different, a different playstyle than opting into the Dark Harvest. Dark Harvest means that you want to go for the AP, you want to go for the damage, you want to go for the kills. And against such a squishy composition, I wouldn't be 100% against it. It's just that this does mean that there's going to be one less tank, and if you're able to single out the Shyvana, then you can kind of kill her quite effectively with the amount of damage that you do have on the side of Superfriends. But this is going to be quite fun. If she gets ahead, it's going to be quite great for her.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna have a lot of wonderful, ability usage and moments we're gonna see out here in this game. Echo, it's Ginger, absolutely superstar carry player in the jungle this game round. Definitely will, see some spicy plays from him. See Power over Ethan does have that wonderful Dark Harvest build, and that's a lot. That's a half health Jinx. Just a couple seconds into lane TDS, and already just showing off how powerful Lucian Nami can be.
Yeah, Lucian Nami wasn't killed. They just kind of opted out of the meta because they were a bot lane that was really, really cliche or niche in the way that they play, in a sense. And that's why we saw the kind of downfall from them. But in reality, they are still a really strong bot lane. And if you're confident enough with your two bot laners, you can make this bot lane spike quite heavily. And this is something that we talked about Superfriends, right? Although I want to confirm something. Is the flash from Nami down? Because it's black from my side, so I'm not sure actually.
Oh,
It is, right?
That's a real Super Friends moment right there, TDS.
How?
Honestly, if there's one thing that characterizes the Super Friends, is stuff like Nami using Flash super early on, and honestly, I'm all about it. Maybe the side of Dread Zone Gaming don't notice that. Maybe they do. Quite frankly, it does change a lot in terms of this lane dynamic though, because Lucian Nami want to all in you. They want to be able to get a lot of burst damage down. So losing out the Flash means that Ronald's gonna have a lot more trouble confidently walking up to go for this type of harass, which he's doing now, but it could get punished.
Yeah, this kind of feels like maybe they don't know the fact that the flash from the Nami is down, because if you knew of that, you would be a little bit more aggressive with how Kench approaches that, because you can survive the burst damage. Even if it's not that early to have that much of a tank stat, you still can survive it as a Kench, or if you force it, you can kind of make the Nami be scared of her life. But it kind of shows that they don't know about that, and that means that the side of Super Friends can still have priority there. Oh, mid lane.
Yeah, absolutely. We see cross counters. Just force the back up here in the mid lane. No mana on the Vigar already means that he just has to respect the damage potential, and just have to give up the position. The wave does have teleport and is on that scaling pick, so definitely has resources to work with, especially considering that Mops Penguin is sitting on that ignite. But given the whole situation right now, game is looking nice and even so far. Nothing going on, and if I'm being honest here, it favors both teams in reality. Vigar wants a lot of time to scale to get that AP stacking, but so does Jinx. Wants to get those items to pop off in those team fights. So I think it's just it's down to execution, because regardless of how the game goes, both sides are going to favor one way. Both sides are kind of favoring from it one way or another.
Yeah, I feel like the early game is one of the most forgivable spots out of this game for both compositions. Like, it's fine if you get a lead, but it's not mandatory. But the mid game, I think, for the Super Friends is going to be much more important, especially with Lucian with his first item spike, right? Because if you get a kill with the first item spike, if you are able to turn the gold efficiency from the Lucian in the mid game into something more, then you're going to get much more value of the Lucian. Same with the Echo, because Echo works in the same way as the Diana, where every component makes him stronger. but you need to play accordingly to what the opponent has. And with the amount of tanks that they have, Echo may not find a lot of value, especially without having an AoE ult. But you can still find value with him. So I feel like mid game is going to be much, much more important for Superfriends.
Yeah, absolutely. And, given the whole situation right now, if we're just taking stock about farm and, where everyone's sitting right now, mid lane, completely even. Top lane, one wave lead for the side of the Shen, but in bot lane, that's already a 10 CS lead that C9 Throat Goat and Ronald has already accrued here. So, definitely really good for the side of the Super Friends to be able to get the ball off rolling. As you see here, Jinja is going to start up the Dragon here, and given that they have priority in that bottom lane, and the mid lane is kind of just even shoving out, it's definitely, something that we should be seeing First Dragon go over the Super Friends. As you see, we'll trade it in the top lane here. Lumo gonna trade it into the side of Octofu on the horn here, but two tanks just kind of meat slapping it around means that nothing too substantial happens.
Yeah, not much. This is a typical noodle fight. Essentially, we just see them trading, not getting much more done. Although Ornn has hit level 6. And Bex is coming topside as well. We may see a kill potential here.
Yeah, we do see here the knockup going in on towards Lumo here as well. Mobster Penguin just waiting out the ultimate ability, waiting out the flash from the side of Lumo. And that's going to be first blood going over towards Octofu from the call, the Forge God. But it's a great first blood, and it's well played from the side of DZG Olympus, but do you want the first blood going over to the Ornn or to the Vex? Maybe could have gone a little bit better, considering that Shen was pretty dead there.
Yeah, you more than likely won that kill onto the Vex, but getting the first blood I feel like overall is the most important part. Now, it is important that the gold is not going to the Vex because she cannot spike heavily over the Veigar, and it means that even if Veigar is forced into a bad position, he won't immediately die. But it's not the best of trades for the side of Super Friends, obviously, since they lose the Shen, and a play that they were looking for in the bot lane is completely controlled. Look at the vision control that they had. A Pingward just got destroyed here, but they still know where the Echo is. So even if the Echo continued to be down there, they would still have time for someone to accompany the play or teleport down there from the Ornn, for example.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And the thing is, like, Jinja not opting for the sweeper means that, there's just a lot of undiscovered vision that the side of the Super Friends could look to clear out. See, Lumo is going to clear out one of these control wards here, but, if we're just purely talking about, just even vision score gaps, there's definitely a little bit of vision theory. So mid lane, your Monster Penguin's going to be in trouble. It's going to get instantly killed off by the Veigar Echo combination there. No flashes, no summoners, burnt. And it's just gonna be, Mobster Penguin getting caught out, sitting in the cage, and Jinja just using that Echo W, getting out that stun and dumping the damage on towards the Vex. Great return kill, and exactly what the Super Friends needed.
Yeah, and this time around, the kill going into the hands of the Veigar. So the prime target to get the kill, well, in reality, both are kind of prime targets, right? Like, you wouldn't be against an Echo or a Veigar getting the kill. But it was so nicely set up, like you pointed out. No flash from Bex means that if she is in a bad spot, it's easier to set up the event horizon. And then when you are able to put the event horizon, Echo's W becomes quite easily to lay out as well. So it's such a easily to lay out kill, but really nicely executed, killing the Vex. And look at the CS div in the mid lane as well. Vex is kind of getting there, but the wave is going to crash into the turret as well, again. So a kill for Veigar and a huge goal CS lead in the mid lane as well means that this Veigar is en route to being one of the most important carries in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Cross counters definitely putting himself in a really good position here. Has that early Kindle gem as well. Has a lost chapter done. So definitely really good start. Not to mention no dark steel stacks given back to Mobster Penguin here. As you see in the top lane, Jinja looking for a gank here, but once again, just always walking over vision. And as much as this Echo wants to get the ball rolling, not able to do so. We see Taunt going in onto the Ornn and power over to Ethan wants to look for a fight on towards this Echo here. Level 627 on the Shyvana. Top side is going to look for a brawl as well. Luma going to get hit by that call of the Fortune as well. The empowered auto attack on towards the Shen, and the ward coming in from the side of Luma means that he can't do anything. Jinja has to ult away, but the fear and the ignite from the Vex ticking down means that the Vex is going to get the kill on towards the Echo here. Lumo able to walk on out. The ball lane is some fighting as well here. C9 throw going to get lifted up by the top catch here. Morpheus picks up a kill there. This should be fighting everywhere from the side of both teams. The flash ultimate coming in from cross counters, picking up the return kill on towards Mobster Penguin as well. Two-man cage is able to stun up both of them there, but power over Ether and Octofu are just going to walk out. And it's going to be a double kill in the bot lane. There's going to be a kill on the jungle, a kill in the top lane, and a kill going over towards the Vigar. Definitely very scrappy early game so far, but definitely favoring the side of Dread Zone Gaming Olympus in the early game.
Yeah, 100%. The topside fights are things that can happen and we can see happening. Like, it's not that strange to see maybe the Shen dying, the Echo dying, or even the Veigar dying. From the other side, Shyvana as well. They're champions that you can take advantage of. What never should happen is what happened on bot lane. If you have Lucian Nami, you can never fail a 2v2 kill. That's essentially an unspoken rule out of that bot lane duo. If you fail to get a 2v2 kill and instead you get killed, you're lost the lane completely already, because that's the whole purpose of picking that bot lane. And if it gets countered like that, then it really finds no complete value. In contrast, you pick the safe lane in the form of the Jinx, and she getting 2 kills.
Oh
It's
no.
so crucial for the
And
team, for the side of DZG.
yeah, and you just see like little things from the Superfriends, like just walking over Pixel Bush without any knowledge of the ward there. I mean, Dread Zone
Yeah,
Gaming shouldn't be able to stop this dragon in
Shyvana's
reality
too far
because
away.
of Shyvana. Yeah, it's just way too far away. But you know, it's just
Rocket?
little
Or
things like that that impact how the game goes on. And you know, they are able to get the dragon there, and it's going to be a Hextech Soul coming in here for both teams. And so, you know, that's definitely a great soul that the side of the Super Friends can have. And if they want to look to stack up on it, we see here C9 Soko taking a lot of damage here, and it's Jinja looping around slowly, wants to look for a play. C9 Soko is baiting it out really slow, using the calling as well. The Echo W goes really wide here, and it's just a scuff gank that does trade that Tom Kench ultimate into return. But here comes Shyvana, here comes the Tom Kench as well. Ronald forced to flash away as well. The Shen ultimate coming in onto Nami. It's Jinja looking to trade away, but forced to use that Echo also jump back. Lumo kind of arrives here and says, okay, guys, what do I do? As you know, the entirety of the Super Friends is here, but you know, Dread Zone Gaming Olympus are perfectly fine with just letting it happen because they can get played to the top lane. And this is a huge wave that Lumo's losing as well. This is going to be a 30 CS difference in the top lane. They forced to use the TP just to catch out the remainder of that wave.
yeah, enemies taking a play that the side of DZG doesn't get punished in, then that's perfectly fine for them, because they are collecting gold, they are still getting stronger, they are not losing pacing in the game. Everything works out for them if they don't die, and since the Jinx and the Tamkins don't die, they also forced out the Stand United as well as the teleport out of the Shen. Everything is perfect for them. This bot lane, yes, may look for a potential kill here, especially now. Oh wait, mid lane?
Yeah, we see Call of Forge coming in on towards the side. Call of Cross counters here. There's going to be a double knockup, triple knockup, all the knockups, all the fears.
So
Monster Penguin picks it up on towards cross counters. They want to look for the continuation ult. Not able to tag up is Jinja there. And, you know, that's a lot of danger levels for the side of the Super Friends, especially since they want to be playing for the early game. Falling back behind like this, Morpheus just going to be catching up the farm, even though, you know, he is down a considerable amount of CS. I think just around 16, 17, something like that. Has the 2 kills to his name, which is definitely what you want from the Jinx.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine for the Jinx. Like, Jinx is the kind of champion where as long as you don't die, but you have good CS, a difference in CS barely manageable, then that's perfectly fine. You don't need to be fully ahead. You just need to keep up in items, to keep up in levels, and to not allow for the enemy team to get free gold out of your kills. So what Jinx is doing right now, Morpheus, is perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine for them. The rest of the map is completely winning. The Arn is getting plates in the top side. They got plates in the mid lane as well. They even got a kill from cross counters. So as long as these mistakes, this kind of attention that the Jinx is receiving doesn't net the side of Super Friends gold, it's completely fine that it's happening. Also, a quick thing to notice, Shyvana went for the Crossfire Gauntlet, which I'm not fully against since it does give her tankiness. I'm kind of curious if she then opts into much more AP build instead of just opting into just the Demonic Embrace, so the Demonic Embrace plus other AP items, but I'm not sure if that's going to be the case.
Yeah, I agree. You know, it's definitely going to be really interesting to see how, you know, the build goes, and it's really situational. Shyvana can definitely be really flexible, you know, with what you want to build. So I'm really looking forward to see, you know, what the side of Power Over Ethernet is going to take you, Kabubi.
Kubomi! No!
I'm
He was
sorry.
watching something else.
Anyways, They're gonna look for a play on towards power over Ethan. Potentially here, we see the tidal wave coming in. The fear's gonna be on towards the Vigar
Oh,
as well,
double fear.
but not gonna be able to walk into Cage. The Ignite not gonna be used out here. The Everfrost able to root up the Vex here as well with the Shen ult and the dodge on the Shyvana E able to keep the side of cross counters. Jinja isn't able to get the kill on towards Monster Penguin, and that's just be a return kill on towards the side of Ronald. They look for the play, but Super Friends are the one that's gonna be losing a member here.
Ginga felt panic. Like, I think that was a panic ultimate, because he still had time to be able to wait for the Sonjas, kill, and then ulti back. The Nami was dead anyway, and the Veigar wasn't really in a spot where he would die anyway, because they were able to put the Vex and the Shyvana in a spot where they cannot follow up onto the Veigar. So I feel like Ginga a little bit too prematurely pressing down our bottom means that they don't get the kill onto the Vex, and instead a play that looked quite well for Super Friends gets completely turned around on its head, and means that just DZG gets more and more gold.
Yeah, absolutely, but definitely not the most optimal situation and not what you want to be seeing, especially considering that, Super Friends are the one that are looking for these proactive plays. Dreadzone Gaming, if anything, they haven't really looked for plays. They haven't tried to do anything. A lot of, the kills and things that they've done are in reality just the fact that Super Friends are blundering.
Yeah, they are not executing to the level that we were expecting in some things, and it feels quite worrying, because even though I don't think that they don't have late game, we talked about this, the 30-minute mark for both teams feels just a little bit better for the side of DZG.
Oh, we see here Call of Fortune coming in, forces the flash out of Ronald, and the dash away from the Lucian. The tidal wave only going to tag up the Ornn and Jinx here, but Gigo is going to be in trouble. Oh, barely this, but the Vex ultimate able to pick off the superstar carry from the Super Friends. Ronald's going to be in trouble here. The fear going in on towards the Nami, but the Vex is just getting so much value here, and Morpheus is just free hitting from the back line. They are able to trade a kill from the side of the Vigar on towards the Shyvana as well, but Monster Penguin is just looking so damn strong on this Vex right now, demanding so damn much attention. And, it's going to be a 2-for-3 for the side of Dreadzone Gaming, but, the Super Friends were able to look and pick up 2 kills there, and this Echo jungle pick just hasn't worked out so far for the side of Jinja. Not able to get the impact that you would have wanted. Lumo and cross counters are going to walk up to contest this objective, though we see Vigar maybe wants to go for the Miracle Steal, but it's going to be looking like a blue team dragon here. That's a lot of damage from the Event Horizon, though. Cross counters might be in trouble here. The Ornn E is going to be under threat here, but the Ornn is posturing here, able to get the knock-up on towards Vigar here. Cross counters take his some return damage, but able to pick up the kill on towards Octofu instead. And the Super Friends' only hope right now is this super juiced up Vigar here. Cross counters looking to try to carry the game.
Yeah, it's on cross counters at this point. Throatgood and Ronald are not finding any value, like you're pointing out. Ginga simply hasn't fight his stride on the Echo, and that last team fight he didn't have ultimate, so his value falls quite heavily because he cannot be aggressive with any play. If he tries to go for anything, which he kind of did, fails. Oh no, cross counters, no!
Oh no, cross counters just gets wiped off the map here. All the damage, all the CC is just way too much, and just when we were saying that was the last hope for the side of the Super Friends, they kind of super failed that prediction there, TDS. They were able to pick up the kill on towards the Vigar.
Yeah, and with the kill comes the second turret of the game. It also comes with another Rift Herald for the side of DZG, which I don't think it's going to be contested at all. If you try to contest this, you're essentially throwing even more the game away, so it shouldn't be the case. But this game looks tough. Like, the difference in gold is not that high, it's just 2,000. Oh wait, maybe October forces it.
Oh, they might look to play here on towards the mid lane here. Call of Fortune coming in once again, and Ronald is just a fish out of water there. Kubomi picking up the kill on the support for the Super Friends there.
So I don't think you need that many killing techniques to go for a fish, if I'm honest. I feel like throwing dynamite seems a little bit too excessive to kill a fish, if I'm honest. But hey, they got the kill, right? So
absolutely, that is true. They did get the kill, and they showed this. They're showing the Super Friends what's up here. This is the do or die game of the season, and the fact that Dreadzone are stepping out with this statement means that they want to stay.
Yeah, this is such an important match to be able to perform, and as of now, DZG are really performing to the level that this kind of match requires. Now, the game is not over yet, we're still not even close to 30 minutes, so there are still chances for the side of Super Friends. Veigar will find a lot of value, I feel, in these late game skirmishes, so... Oh wait, Lumo.
Oh, they're gonna look
Wait,
to play
no
on
cross
towards cross
counter?
counters once again. Ask me the double unstoppable, looking in on towards the Vygar here, and the evil Yordle Lord can
Did
do
I curse
only.
it?
Yeah, he can't do anything except waddle away. And we are 4-1 to 4-3. We see here Tom Kench might want to look to jump away here. Kubomi gonna get jumped on by C9 Throat Go here, and he's gonna look for the chase here. Calling coming out, but that's more like the tickling here. Octofu is just taking no damage. Ginger Proto belts forward, but has to run back. There's just nothing that the Super Friends could do right now.
Yeah, every kind of play that we think that maybe Superfriends can pull off seems to be answered completely from the side of DZG. And I'm sorry, cross counters. I think that we cursed you a little bit, saying that you were the last hope
Potentially.
because 4-1 to 4-3 in the last 5 minutes. That's not something that you want to see from your Veigar. It's been controlled from DCG so nicely. And also another thing that I think I didn't mention, which I kind of failed with that, which was the dragons. That was a potential win condition for the side of Super Friends as well. But with the previous dragon being obtained by the side of DCG, that win condition also kind of disappeared because now it's much more easy for the side of DCG to give away a dragon, and they will not be pressured to fight until they are actually super strong.
Yeah, absolutely. And like with right now, the whole situation is just the Super Friends are kind of in a desperate spot right here. It's a 5,000. It's almost a 5,000 gold lead, just around 21 minutes here. And you look at the numbers and you look at the shutdowns. You look at the items even. There's a lot separating it. You see the Shyvana 3-1-3, 250 shutdown, 2 items completed. Vex has that Medjai's slowly stacking here, and you look at the Lucian and you look at the Jinx. There's not a lot of gold that separates these 2 carry points here. I think Morpheus is gonna pick up that Phantom Dancer on this base here as well. So,
Yep.
you know, items are starting to take place for the side of Red Zone Gaming as well, and it's looking more and more difficult for the Super Friends. Oh no, cross counters might be in trouble once again. Vex ultimate is available. The Shen ultimate comes down, and the flash forced out anyways. That's a lot of team fighting cooldowns using the tidal wave coming in on towards the bottom side as well. The ultimate from Echo means that they have to back up. Call the Fortune plus the top catch W, able to bounce house everyone around here. The flash forward, able to pick up the kill
Jinx
on towards
excited.
the Nami, and there's going to be a lot of Jinx presets, a lot of auto acts coming on. That's a huge fireball spit towards the mouth of Ginger here. It looks like cross counters might be in trouble once again. The flash follow from Austin Penguin. He is unstoppable right now, farming up those Medjai stacks, plus the blue buff, and everything is just screaming DZG right now.
Yeah, everything screams DCG, and everyone wants to feel a little bit sad for Super Friends because this is not the game that we were expecting out of them. DCG, on the other hand, I feel like they could have gotten even more if they followed up on that last fire breath from the Shyvana, because the Jinx was excited. So you can kill Ginga, and it could not only be Dragon, it could be Baron as well, potentially, with those skills that you got. But you don't need to overpressure, you don't need to overcommit. You get the kills, you get the Dragon, you're essentially in such a perfect spot to win the game. We're not even in 30 minutes, and this composition already feels like it's spiking, and the Jinx has yet to hit 3 items. That's, I feel like, kind of the craziest part. It's Jinx is not the one that feels to be the strongest, it's the rest of the pieces are strong. Oh, Ronald. Okay,
Ooh.
that was kind of a scare there.
Yeah, a lot of scares going on, honestly. But, the scariest thing is that we're only 23 minutes in towards the game here, TDS, and we have such key item components completed on a lot of the carries from the side of Dread Zone. And, we talked about the Dragon stacking win condition, but the thing is, ever since those 2 early Drakes, the side of Dread Zone Gaming has just been rolling things their way, picking up 2 Hextech Dragons in a row. And, you look at those shutdowns, you look at that gold lead, it's only growing larger and larger. So the side of, the Super Friends needs to start feeling super worried, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, like they need to find a good couple of picks here and there, particularly on the Vex. Because if you're able to take away not only the shutdown that she has, but the stacks of the Medjais, then you can kind of look positively into being able to win team fights. But it just looks so hard because one thing that I feel like you can notice quite well in the map is the vision control. Like, it's not like Super Friends don't have vision, but the spots in which they have vision don't necessarily convey the information that they need to be able to prepare for plays like DCG has.
Oh, yeah, they're gonna look on towards power over Ethernet as well. And that's gonna be a lot of damage on towards the Shyvana in reality, and they might be able to pick it up. No, just a sliver of health is power over Ethernet able to survive here. But, the Super Friends tried to look for a play, and it almost worked out their way. Forcing out that Shyvana ult, definitely really important. But that thing stacks up pretty quickly, DDS, and as much as they tried, they traded a lot of ultimates and a lot of abilities for, Shyvana just barely walk out.
Yeah, crucially, the Stand United. That's kind of one of your main playmaking ultimates, and I'm kind of surprised that we have yet to see it on the Echo. I don't think we have yet seen the Stand United on the Echo to kind of force a kill onto someone important like that. It's nice that they attempted it with the Lucian, but like you're pointing out, the fact that they don't get the kill, the fact that the Shyvana is able to limp away with health, it's a worrying trend because this isn't the strongest point of Shyvana. Now, namely, she is opting into much more AP route because she's going for the Sunjas, but it's not like she will be as easily burstable as she was in this fight. And if the other four members are around her, then killing her seems like it's going to be quite hard because then you have to play around the Bex, the Jinx, the Damkench, the Ornn as well. So it's kind of a hard situation to be put into as Super Friends.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Super Friends, I mean, they need a super miracle right now because, Dreadzone Gaming can honestly take their time. I'm not the biggest fan of the lack of proactiveness, but they don't need to be proactive. They
Yeah.
have all the scaling in the world, and as much as it would be cool to, extend it, I'll try to look for a play. Speak of the devil, I'm casting cursing it, but look at power over Ethernet's damage. Look at the damage from the side of Dreadzone Gaming, just unloading hell on towards the side of the Super Friends right now, and they're gonna run with the tail between their legs, cross counters with the stopwatch of death, and Lumo just gonna be there to say goodbye to his last Super Friend there. It's gonna look like the Baron going over the side of Dreadzone Gaming already, and this is gonna be an even larger gold lead that's gonna just swell up in favor of DZG.
Yeah, and just as we were talking about lack of proactiveness, they turned proactive, right? We have had 2 instances already of caster cursing in this game, but they have benefited DZG, so we're not fans of DZG, by the way. This is an unbiased cast, but DZG are able to turn a lacking situation because nothing was happened into a positive situation for them. Really nice play, really nice commitment, and this is kind of what we spoke of as well from the Lucian Nami. When the fact is that they lose the 2v2 bot lane, like they got a turret, great, but they lose the 2v2 in the sense of they cannot get any kill and they instead die, the game looks quite bad for the Lucian already. And then when he cannot simply find kills here and there with the damage that he's opted with the Nami, then it just looks like it's not going to work out at all. And this play works out so perfectly for DCG. They get a couple of kills, they get the Baron buff, and with the next Dragon, which will be Soul Point for DCG, I feel like we're just 5 or 7 minutes away from ending this game. I don't think that it's that necessary to even force for another Baron or even the Soul.
Yeah, absolutely. And right here, the map is just so dark for the side of the Super Friends right now. This is gonna be a third Hex Tech Dragon going in the hands of the side of DZG here. Power over Ethernet, definitely loving the Dragon stack here. We see here Jinja might be in trouble here. The entirety of DZG has been chased after the superstar, super handsome, super cool, super carry. It's Jinja right there, but able to walk on out scot-free. And with the Baron Nashor in the hand, DZG just feel free to go for the push here. Now, Jinja wants to look for a play here. Colin gonna go in on towards power over Ethan as well. Chunk out a third of that Shyvana's health bar. No ultimate used yet, so no Dragon Descent means that the Shyvana can still have a lot to work with. He's the Ornn Horn coming in as well on towards the backline, but Jinja buying a lot of time, dodging out with that E as well, but that's gonna be a lot committed on towards the Echo. They want to look on towards the jungler here. We see the Shen Stand United coming in on towards the backline, while ultimate coming in from the front as well. Ornn gonna buy out a lot of space here, but they're gonna blow up the Echo. T9 Throgo forced the flash away, just even though he trades on towards the Ornn here. And Dreadzone Gaming's composition just standing tall like a rock right now. Not really needing to look for anything. Vex coming in, Anami is just gonna be evaporated. Once again, it's looking like fish for dinner here, TDS. 1,000 gold shutdown does go over to the side of Lumo as well. It's just gonna be C9 Throgo and Lumo looking to defend the base as well, but that's gonna be an inhibitor gone as well. And Morpheus is just hitting freely on towards whatever the hell he wants right now.
Yeah, so look at the bright side. They did get 1,000 gold shutdown, and I think it went into the Lucian's bucket. So
and it went to the Shen's.
Oh, okay. Oh. Well, yeah, like it could have been better, but they did get a shutdown, which it's a shutdown. It's still a shutdown. You do fine. You do still follow the shutdown, but yeah, it would have been better on the Lucian's hand. But it does show that they are able to kill some targets. It's just that they need a lot of time to kill it. Like the Ornn died in the time that it took them to push away the Echo, force the ultimate out, kill the Echo. That's like a solid 3 to 5 seconds that it took them to be able to kill the Ornn while everything was happening. So it is plausible. It's just that it takes quite a lot. And that flank from Echo was actually such a good idea, but because they couldn't commit earlier for that flank to happen, then it was easier to try and play around the Echo and make it be much more valuable for the side of DCG, because it's not only the kills, but it's the inhibitor that is open now. Oh wait, they have vision over this. Maybe they can
Oh no,
cross
Power over Ether
over.
is gonna look for
Oh
some
no,
Yordle
cross counter.
hunting here. The Shyvana is just gonna jump in, and the
Oh,
prediction on the E, maybe it was a prediction, maybe it's a miss, but regardless, Mobster Penguin able to pick up the kill on towards the Yordle Lord there. And you know, we talked about how cross counters could have been it's 4-1 all the way down to 4-7. TDS is
we're
just
sorry,
not
cross
gone
counters.
in the way for the Super Friends.
Yeah, it's not working out. Great job by DCG to play around the vision that well. They notice the Veigar and they play around that so effectively. I feel like it's not the first time that we have seen this. Oh wait.
Yeah, we see a lot of damage going to be traded on here. The calling as well, the Shen coming in as well. But, you know, just no backup from the side of the Super Friends. No additional damage aside from that Lucian. And, you know, we talked about how a lot of the composition from the side of the Super Friends was down to execution and how they wanted to play it out. And we're seeing those kind of effects ripple on here. They didn't play out the early game as well as they wanted to. And, you know, here we are.
Yeah, it's not a spot that you ever kind of want to be as Super Friends. Like even with all that was happening, Diorn was able to push a little bit onto a turret lane turret. They don't get it, but it just shows how hard it is for Super Friends to find avenues to come back. Like it's not impossible, but it's harder than they would have liked to, and the game is slowly but surely kind of escaping their hands. They need to find a really, really, really crucial pickup before this dragon or during this dragon where they can obtain the dragon and then look to try and snowball that advantage. Because if I'm not wrong, they still have, yeah, they do have bounties for themselves. So there's a chance for them to come back in gold, but it's looking kind of hard to be able to pull it off.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, right now the Super Friends are kind of just waiting it out here. This is gonna be the sole point for the side of Dread Zone Gaming, and the fact that the Super Friends can't even walk into their own jungle means that there's definitely, you know, a lot to worry about. They don't get to actually walk in, and you know, we have the vision toggle there. The map is completely dark for the side of the Super Friends. Inhibitor down in the mid lane means that Jinja forced to just kind of clear out that mid wave, and they're gonna
Oh,
look for a play onto Ronald just going wide here. But look at that
oh,
Shyvana, so dangerous, and just burns the Nami ult for nothing.
fear. It's the fear of the Shyvana engaging onto you. Shyvana deals a lot of damage at this point with the build that she's opting into. So I can kind of understand the Nami, but this means that they're not fighting the soul, which may not seem like the best of ideas, but I think that it's not that bad either. Oh wait,
Yeah, they're gonna run in on towards the Vex here. But that's gonna be a Hex Tech Soul Vex as well. Look at that shield size. Look at the
oh,
order.
want to
Look at the
die.
damage. And that's just be everyone going down. The static Shiva effect is
That's
bringing
good.
down the lightning, bringing down the thunder. TDS cross counters forced on towards a sliver of HP here. No ultimate from the side of the Jinx, but the
Yeah,
snipe from Power over Ethernet means that this might just be game for the side of the Super Friends. Look at the all chat Jinja, lol GG. The Super Friends are kind of going super down bad here, as you know, looks like Dread Zone Gaming are gonna be one step closer to making sure they get that playoff spot. Lumo is looking for the backdoor
Lumo.
on towards the fountain.
Lumo. Yeah,
And
he
the
died.
Super Friends are gonna have a lot to think about when they go back and look on towards what's next for game 2.
I respect that out of Lumo. Dying by your own terms, not by the enemies. I can respect that. But yeah, Super Friends need to go back into the drawing board. They need to try and think of a better way to play it out. I don't think necessarily that their composition was bad. I just think that the windows of opportunity that they had to play around it were not taken advantage of. And the answer that they went for with the Echo really never seemed that prevalent. And I also I think that it's also thanks to not only I feel a little bit on the lack from Super Friends, but credit to DCG on that area as well, because they banned a lot of junglers to not allow for Super Friends to have an easy point there, and then they also made it so that the Echo didn't have a good time in the game. And I feel like doing that just allowed for the composition to have an easier time transitioning from the early stages of the game into the late game where they were completely much more stronger.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely one thing. It wasn't just it wasn't a draft gap. I mean, if anything, it just felt like a player gap. You know,
Yeah,
Super Friends were just so slow to a
exactly.
lot of plays, and given that this could be the last match of their season, there's definitely a lot that the Super Friends do need to think about. So, with that being said, we're just going to jump to a short break while both teams go back to the drawing board, think about what's kind of going on. And, ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back.
Everybody panic. Hold on. I'm about to say something really cool. 3, 41, 9, and lift off! No one dies screaming without me. I feel like I forgot to shoot something. You're starting to bore me. She's such a loser. Always ready to cry. Da-da-da-da. Aw, come on. What's the worst that could happen?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back after a brief, quite quick break there. We're going to see the Super Friends back at it once again. And looking at the lobby, there doesn't look like there's gonna be any position changes, so we're all good there. But it looks like the Super Friends are gonna opt for the Hecarim first pick of all things, and DZG reply with the Nautilus. And right off the bat, Udyr,
Nice. Nice.
they made him play Udyr.
Nice. I'm a fan of Udyr. I like watching teams picking Udyr. I'm all in for that. Now, the Hecarim was banned away by the side of the Super Friends the previous game, if I'm not wrong. So this time leaving it open, picking it themselves. And I think that the Hecarim would work better with what they drafted in the previous game. So if they opt into the Shen again, I wouldn't be against it. Now, the Udyr and the Nautilus having two just easy to engage bots that can just run into the opening and utilize your CC is quite nice. The answer as Leona, this is something that I feel like maybe Super Friends lacked in the previous game in the sense of just sheer brickhead kind of engage. Where what I try to mean with brickhead is that you just engage in without taking into account anything, and it's bound to work out sometimes. So I feel like that's something that the Super Friends want to utilize this time around with Leona, with the Hecarim, and that's why we're seeing much more aggressive kind of picks in this selection. And this is Olympus opting for the Veigar to stop that kind of engage precisely, which I really like from the Veigar. Now, Saya
Yeah,
also great to stop the engage, right? Because she's kind of the one of the only AD carries that with a press of a button can deny a lot of engages from happening. So I think that that's mainly the idea, to allow for the Saya to be safe and then have the rest be as dumb as they can and engage as hard as they can.
absolutely. And I'm just saying, TDS Vigar has a 100% lose rate in this series.
Yeah, so far.
But DZG absolutely gonna make sure that is not the case. Those are not the numbers that we will be seeing. And right now, just kind of
Maybe.
looking at how the bans go out, there's gonna be a lot of top lane focus here. DZG banning out Lumo's sweet Shen. They're gonna ban out the Victor from the side of cross counters as well. And Superfriends gonna take away that Ornn too. But Dreadzone, they do have counter picks to work with here. They can pick up 80 carry counter pick now.
Zion.
They can also get that top lane counter pick later. So I'm interested to see in the direction they go in. They're gonna opt for the
But
Malphite?
not here. Not here.
Not
Pick AD.
surely not, right?
Pick AD. Please.
Please
Pick
don't do
AD.
this,
Not
guys.
now. Okay.
Ah,
So
it's a draft gap,
yeah,
but
Malphite 4, like, it's great when you're picking it last and you're against a composition that you can make the most.
that
But
just
when,
happens.
yeah,
They
you
just
pick
pick the
Malphite,
Mordekaiser.
it's bound to get a Mordekaiser counter pick. And not only that, now even the Anivia can work around the Malphite. Now, Malphite can work against the Anivia, but Anivia can work against the Malphite as well. So this is kind of a hard game for Malphite. This may also be a game where Veigar is not Veigar mid, but Veigar AD carry. So maybe they didn't their Veigar is opting into the bot lane and they are picking something else in mid lane, like a Yone maybe, since they
Yeah,
are
that
kind
could
of lacking AD
absolutely be
damage.
the case here.
Okay,
I
action.
didn't even think of that here. As we're gonna see the Akshan coming out, so it might
Yes, still,
just be that
yeah,
TDS. You might just be right.
yeah. That still works out in the sense of putting the action as a mid laner, right? So maybe that was a plan, baiting with the Malphite and then opting into the action. I'm not gonna say that this is the smartest or dumbest kind of decision in draft, but it's interesting seeing this kind of decision or opting into the Malphite when there's actually quite a few champions that can work really well against the Malphite. I was thinking Sion would have been ideal since having another frontliner, and his kind of playstyle would benefit much more that of the Udyr and Nautilus, and you don't necessarily need a press or go button in the form of the Malphite immediately. So I feel like there was other choices, but the idea of the action and baiting with the Veigar early, it does look quite nice, and I feel like if you can make this action be as strong as possible, late game teamfights can work quite well for TCG.
Yeah, absolutely. And the late game is something that is going to be coming up soon, but both drafts compositions have their own identities, have their own ways of wanting to play. And given that we're just gonna have to wait for our little spectate delay break. So ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back, because this could be do or die for the side of the Super Friends, and this could be Dreadzone Gaming's tickets to playoffs. And you know what, we'll only know once we're loaded onto the Rift. So ladies and gentlemen, we'll catch you after the break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back on to World Summoner's Rift here. It's going to be Dreadzone Gaming on the red side here. We're going to have the Super Friends up on the blue, and this could be the last game of the split for the side of the Super Friends here. You're going to see a mid lane shenanigan here. The flash hook coming in from Knowledge, forcing out the Anivia flash as well.
Yeah, forcing out the flash so early on. I feel like this is actually such a great trade for the side of DZG because Anivia is such an easy to kill target. So when you have a Nodir that has Ghost, he just runs against the Anivia, burst laughs, and then it's so easy for the action to get a kill. That actually may work out so well for DZG. Now it also means that Kubomi will be without a flash for the next 5 minutes, but it's a trade that I feel like as DCG you would like to hear to make.
Yeah, absolutely. And you look at the all chat there, some words going on between the two, just a little bit of banter. And that's a Super Friends classic right there. Wouldn't expect it to go any other way in honesty, but we see here just a standard 5-point after that level 1 from the side of Dreadzone Gaming, and their composition definitely quite rounded out here. The Malphite pick, at first I thought, what are they doing? They didn't get the they could have got the counter pick in the top lane otherwise, but they wanted to take that Vigar into the bot lane, and it absolutely did work out. As now we're just gonna be going back to that farming game here. Nivea versus Akshan in the middle lane, and Akshan, once he hits that level 2 timer, is absolutely a really potent champion. So,
wait,
we're gonna see how the plays go out. We see here Ghost coming in, and that's a no flash, and Nivea, they telegraphed this play. They knew it was happening, and that's just gonna be a what came first, the chicken or the egg. And for Akshan, it doesn't matter. First blood going over to Mobster Penguin.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what came first, both taste great, and the action gets the kill. That's what matters the most. Level 1, essentially, because that was just action, just about hitting level 2, Udyr hitting level 2 as well, and the Veigar is alone in bot lane. He just was able to get the first 3 minions. But the side of Super Friends cannot take advantage of this because the play was so out of nowhere that they simply were not expecting anything like that. That was so smart by DCG. I really love this kind of plays, and when it works out, you can see how nice it is.
Yeah, absolutely. You see here some trading down in the bot lane as well, but the thing is, even though that play can be super telegraphed, the fact that Anivia, this immobile bird, Anivia has wings, but you can't fly away fast enough from Udyr just sprinting at you with Mach 10 with that ghost popped as well. So, as much as, you can see a Udyr running into you, it's still really hard to avoid.
Yeah, and now maybe another potential gank that is hard to avoid. No, it's quite easy to avoid actually.
Yeah, absolutely. Right here, we see that Monster Penguin just forced to back up here after Jinja pops the ghost and looks in on towards the Akshan in the mid lane. But right now the whole situation is that there's just that early kill for the side of Dreadzone is already such good news. And wait, I didn't even know this is TDS, but C9 Throat Goat has pressed the attack.
Yeah, he's not opting into poke Xayah.
As a Xayah main, as someone who's known for Xayah's not optimal, but maybe he might just prove me wrong here. Gonna go for the pullback, gonna get the root on towards the Vigar here, but the cage buying a lot of zoning, so well played from the side of Morpheus just to be able to live it out.
Yeah, great engage by the Leona. Morpheus really not respecting the potential engage there from the Leona, so getting punished there with a flash, but it's not that bad. It's not the worst of situations. They also were able to pull off a gank in the mid lane, and the Anivia is just still so far behind in terms of just the CS department, and the action may even look to pressure. Now, in the sense of the Xayah, I thought that maybe we will get the poke Xayah, since there's a lot of consistent damage in other places, so you don't necessarily need to have the consistency out of the Xayah. But maybe she just feels like with that she would be able to respond much more easily in case she's super harshly engaged.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing that I feel kind of interested about is that the cleanse was available for the side of C9 Throat. So if he really wanted to, he could have flashed after the he could cleanse the Vigar cage and maybe look for a kill on the side of Morpheus, especially since Vigar is a champion in the early game, doesn't have the most health, but we didn't get that happening. As you see in the top lane, Lumo just getting chunked out a lot, and this is a counter matchup for the Mordekaiser. The health bar should not be looking like this.
Yeah, it becomes better the longer the Mordekaiser gets items, but yeah, so early on, even with that, the Malphite shouldn't be able to put so much pressure onto the Mordekaiser. So it's quite interesting to see that. And it feels like even though there's good ideas out of the side of Super Friends, they don't seem to be working out that well around the map. Like bot lane is not getting that pressured. Yes, you do the flash, but the CS div is 6 minions. The mid lane is much more in advantage for the action. And now it's once again Kuomi
Oh
coming into the
no,
mid lane.
cross
Everyone is
counters.
coming actually.
Cross counters, no man on the Anivia, and that's just gonna be a chicken served up on the play of the Akshan once again.
He
And
saw
it's just a
them.
rinse and repeat of what happened 4 minutes ago, TDS. Another kill going over towards the mid lane, and they're really looking to use the side of cross counters as a breaking point here.
Yeah, and this is the way to make the most out of a super good counter pick matchup, or even a really good early game play. You go into that lane and destroy the living hell out of that person. That's how you make the most out of it. 2 kills for the action, not even having to use the ignite to get the kill. The Hecarim has no way to enter this, so this should be a free dragon. There may be an answer here, but Veigar is not close.
Yeah, they might want to look for a play here. The flash coming in from the side of Ron as well. Going to stun up power over Ethernet as well. As C9 throat goat gobbles them down here. 1 kill going over to the side of the Super Friends. They're going to look on towards Monster Penguin here. The lighting up off the emo. They're going to see a teleport going in towards the mid lane. So it's just going to be a 1 for 0 for now. But, you know, the Super Friends making plays there, taking names and getting themselves back on the board.
Yeah, great response. This was a play that happens thanks to the fact that the level 6 is not yet reached on either the Nautilus nor the Udyr. So the Udyr is much more squishy. He doesn't have...
Oh, they're going to look for the Malphite on towards the mid lane once again. It's still going to be a chicken tossed up in towards the air. Cross counters is going to be sitting in the egg as well, though. But no one from DZG is going to be able to auto attack it because, you know, cross counters able to sit back safely inside of tower range. So it almost looked really bad. Oh, Ronald barely missing with that Solar, with that Leona either too. And there's a lot of really close calls so far for the side of the Super Friends as well. But they brought the game back and they're up 400 gold now.
Yeah, they were able to turn around. Luckily, the Anivia doesn't die there. The flash was back up, which means that she can run away. And importantly, there was never a good opportunity for the action to look for ultimate. Because with ulti, I think that you're able to utilize ulti ignite and maybe look for that potential kill. But because of the angle of the minions as well as what was in front, it was kind of hard to be able to pull that off. Now, speaking about the play of the Dragon as well, because it was such a nice play for Super Friends to allow for a comeback, it's also thanks to the fact that the Veigar cannot join the fight. And I think you as an AD carry can back me up here. Because of the minion wave crashing into turret, there's almost never an instance when you want to leave that up to go follow up on the team. And it looked like the play was not going to be much more than that, right? So I can kind of understand why Morpheus was not on the play, but because of that, it's why the play turned much more in favor of the side of Super.
Well, speaking of in favor, Hecarim going to go in for the onslaught showers. The E goes wide here, but Morpheus still might be in trouble. No flash available on this Veigar. C9 throat goat almost Morpheus up as well. They're going to look for more as well. They have the Solar Tripper just going wide here. The Xayah Feathers fly forward. Not able to get the kill on towards Kubomi. But once again, the Super Friends making it happen.
Yeah, they are giving the Anivia treatment to the Veigar. They are going to Dart lane and trying to make the most out of it. I really like the play, works out really greatly. It means that the Herald is going into the hands of DZG, but you take that trade, if I'm honest, because you're still collecting plates down there in bot lane. You give a kill to the Xayah, and this is becoming your win condition, right? Play around the Xayah, make her be as strong as possible. Oh, wait.
Yeah, we see a fight in the bottom lane as well. The death charge going in on towards the Xayah. Well, see that throat goat is tanking up tower, but Morpheus is the one picking up the kill. Kubomi just able to live 9 HP on the Nautilus there. Really close, but you know, no cigar there.
Yeah, not even close. They don't get the kill. Kubomi survives. Oh, wait. No. Okay, yeah, no. Don't look for that. But okay.
Yeah, Jinja gonna be spotted out by the side of power over Ethernet here, but no smite available on the Hecarim means that there's no angle there. But Monster Penguin is on a killing spree right now. That's 3 kills handed over to the Anivia. How do you like your chicken? Over easy, baked under the pie. Anything works here because Monster Penguin is just taking Cross Counter's name right now.
Yeah, they are doing everything right from the side of Mobster Penguin, getting those kills, making this action be super strong, putting the Herald down on bot lane. I feel like quite interesting. I thought that they would commit much more with the with the action since he's already so far ahead, but maybe it's because the action is so far ahead that they want to give Morpheus back a little bit of gold, right? Like, he's almost 30 CS behind, so I can kind of understand why they would opt into that. Oh, Ginga?
Yeah,
Please
absolutely.
run
Gonna look
it.
for a play on towards bottom lane as well. Ginger does have that onslaught shot. He's gonna look on towards the Nautilus as well. Gonna knock him back with the cage. Buying a lot of zoning. The stopwatch coming in, but it's just gonna be a stopwatch off hope here. Kubomi gets picked up here. C9 Throat Goat is on a killing spree now. And, you know, they want to look for a play on towards the bottom side here. Mobster Penguin here, but look at where Ronald is. Ronald is sitting in that flank position. Gonna go for the E on towards the side of Mobster Penguin. On towards the Akshan as well. Ginger running in with this Hecarim as well. C9 Throco trying to do as much damage as possible. That's a lot of medicine. The pullback gets the Akshan. Gets one. Does have the ultimate as well. Able to get the Udi as well. Gets two. Double kill. One more pullback. Bring it to me. C9 goes Throco. Gobbles them all, TDS.
Yeah, and there's the value of having your out attack Saya. She's able to just dish out the damage consistently. That play, I think that it's not a bad idea to pull it off. I also gotta say that I think that they should have pulled that off before because they knew where the Hecarim was. But everything working out great for the side of Super Friends with that play. They get the shutdown from the action. They give 3 more kills to the Saya. And you gotta give credit to Ronald as well, because the positioning from the Leona was really, really important. If the Leona is not in the spot where she is, she can get stunned, or everyone would get stunned in the event horizon, and then it's much easier to follow up from the Udi or from the action. But because she was able to play around the side, she gets a stun, and it's much more easy for the side to commit there. Great capitalization by Super Friends.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at the Zai right now. Kraken Slayer first one, or second one with the Mythic right now. Sorry, as Power of Nita is going to start up this Dragon here, and it looks like the Super Friends are just going to give this one up. And,
yeah,
you know, you look at the items, you look at the scaling right now, and, you know, that Zaya is just a sore thumb in the side of Dread Zone Gaming here. C9 Throat Goat just doing the most right now, and, you know, he's just gobbling it up real good right here because he's just popping off, getting all these kills, getting the carry point going. You see here, Malphite ultimate going in on towards the side of Luma as well. They're gonna look at all on the top line. Mordekaiser Death Drum is gonna bring in Octofu, but he's standing just in tower range, so it's gonna be even healthier. Jinja is approaching this top side though, and since there's no ultimate on Malphite, that's gonna be a very dead rock here potentially. Jinja going with that onslaught of shadows forces the flash out of Octofu. It's Jinja. Oh no! Lumo. Oh no! Octofu outplays them all!
I don't know if that's what Tofu is supposed to do, but I want some after that. What? How? I don't know how that happened. I want to give complete credit to Octofu. Ginga, it's a kill that everyone kind of wants to get when you see the champion being so low under turret. You just kind of want to follow up. Or wait.
Yeah, I think these are trading in the mid lanes while Cross Counters doesn't get that egg to hatch on top of Mobster Penguin. Uses the wall to buy some space, but that's going to be Ignite down on the Anivia as well, which is a lot of health going in the favor of Cross Counters here. Backing on a... No way he's backing on a ward.
Like, she's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine, TDS.
It's not fine, the play that we saw on Topside, but this is fine. Also,
let's talk about relativity here. You know, relatively speaking, Cross Counters did not perform as much as a Warcry as Ginger and Lumo did. But,
that's true.
You know, we see here the Akshan is going to be moving. He's just going to sit in the bush and look for recalls. Well, 3 minutes until the next... yeah, it's going to be a bit of time until the next objective is on the map. So it does give both teams a little bit of time to just sit back and say, okay, let's take it easy here. Let's scale a bit because, you know, the Zaya is kind of out of control, but so is that Akshan. So is that Udyr kind of running the map here. So both teams, I think, need to take stock about what's going on.
Yeah, and I think that that's a really important point to bring up because the Zaya is so strong, right? Like, she's 6-0, obviously she's the most important champion right now in the map. But when you think about the overall context of the game, the fact that the Zaya is the strongest champion the strongest champion in the map means that if she's there, you're kind of worried about the rest, right? If you go into a fight right now, a 5v5 fight, and the Saya is killed immediately, which can happen thanks to the Malphite ulting in, thanks to Malphite ulting in, Veigar, Event Horizon, or the amount of CC that the side of DZG has. Wait.
Oh, they're going to look at play off towards the side of the Akshan as well. Death Charge coming in on towards it, Ginger as well. That's going to be a lot of CC and not a lot of tankiness from the Hecarim as well. That's a great ultimate, but not able to pick up the kill on towards Mobster Penguin as well. The comeuppance coming in as well. The top lane, there's going to be a solo kill going over as well. And that's a lot of as well statements, CDS. But DZG comes out on top.
Yeah, and I just think this XM plays the problem that I feel with Super Friends right now. They are not as strong enough anywhere else. Like, Malphite should not get a solo kill on top lane, but ignoring just that a small fact, or maybe not a small fact, but that fact. In the mid lane, there's simply not enough damage that the Hecarim and the Nivea have to be able to get a kill. Not even being able to put the action so low they can get the kill. So if the Saya dies at any point, then what can you expect from Super Friends to maybe pull off the win? And that's kind of the worry that I have. You have the Malphite being strong enough, but you also have the action obviously super strong. The Veigar, yes, he's 1 and 2, but he's slowly climbing there. Like, he will get, with his first item, his ultimate will be able to destroy a lot of champions. And his value is much more so than just damage, it's CC. So I feel like it's going to be quite hard for Super Friends if they don't have a plan, if something goes wrong for Throat Goat, or if they cannot protect Throat Goat enough.
Yeah, I mean, they need to make sure the throat goat is on their priority list here. But,
Yep.
the rest of the Super Friends are just not making it work right now. Solar Flare just goes completely wide. And, even though they see themselves with a slight gold lead here, it's purely because of this Zaya. The moment that bird crashes down, it's not looking good here. You see here, Ronald's just going to face check in towards Vision here. As a Glacial Augment slowing down the Leon as well. The comeuppance not going to be there. The swing going to pick up the kill on towards Leon as well. The flash on towards the Nivea as well. Cross counter forces to use the flash as well. Malphite teleporting in towards the mid lane in 30 seconds until Dragon is ready. They want to be able to get this. They want to get on Soul Point, and that is all on DZG's mind right now.
Yeah, and this is something that I failed to talk about as well, but the Dragon, it's Mountain Soul, which means that them getting the Mountain Soul is going to be so important for them. They are the team that have the strongest front line. Like, Leona is going to be good, Hecarim as well, but the Malphite, in comparison to the Mordekaiser, you have a huge rock, quite literally, in comparison to just a man with a mace. Like, he will deal damage, but he's not going to be tanking for you. So getting this Mountain Soul against a Saya that is so fed is actually so important for the CG. This means that now the damage, the problem of damage from the Saya may be much more worrisome than you may think from the side of Super Friends, because if they don't have the damage, then who else will be able to deal the damage?
Yeah,
wait,
absolutely. And speaking of wanting to look on the Zaya, this might just be angled. The Dredge Line is going to be landing on towards Ronald as well. The Glacial Augment doing a lot here. Octofu going to get the Ultra as well. And C9 Throko is going to be chain CC'd for a long time here. That Malphite Q bowling balls his way on towards the Zaya here. But C9 Throko should be able to walk out of this scot-free. The Flash Q coming in forces the Flash out of the Zaya as well. And they're attacking the Zaya, not letting her get any breathing room. But Jinja does not want to give up so easy. Picks up the kill on towards Monster Penguin. Big shutdown going over on top of the Hecarim right now.
Yeah, and the Hecarim got it. Like, Anivia would more than likely need it, much more so, but she gets the turret. So I think overall, all in all, important shutdown, important gold going into the pockets of the side of Super Friends. And the fact that the Saya doesn't die is still really important, because that's the huge shutdown that you need to worry about. Now, I think the Monster Penguin going a little bit overboard thanks to the fact that he's so fat, but he was about to kill cross counters, he failed, and that just allowed for the Hecarim to get the chance to pull it off. But it's still a tough situation, I feel like, for Super Friends. But it's not like the side of DZG is in a good spot either. Like, yes, the action is fed, but they are 31. They are 1k, almost 2k behind, almost. Yeah.
Absolutely. The Super Friends are just, it's a situation where the Super Friends are ahead, but it really just does not feel like that right now.
Yeah.
Sure, C9 Throat is farming it up, accruing those resources, getting larger and larger, but the rest of the team is just not getting there as relatively, which is just making it so impossible right now.
Yeah, it feels quite hard, but this next fight, the one for the next dragon, which is in 3 minutes, which I'm pretty sure we're going to see a fight.
Oh, yeah, they're going to look for a fight on towards Monster Penguin. C9 Throko's in prime position here. Dell's going to get tagged up by that death charge as well, but there's going to be a lot of damage dumped on towards the side of the Octon as well. Morpheus is going to be in trouble here. Vanguard teleport not going to be able to do the most here. And the Super Friends might just have made their way towards a winning fight here, TDS. Power over Ethan is going to be chased down by Lumo. And that's going to be the Super Friends making it their way, making it a 4-0 eventually.
Yeah, it's gonna happen, and it happens. How the heck did DZG throw like that? I'm not sure. What were you doing in a side lane without any... What? Why? I'm not going to try and explain it. Anyway, Super Friends, really great capitalization from such a huge blunder by DZG. They get 4 kills, they will get this turret, they give a kill to Mordekaiser, which was in such a ugly spot. Even though he was ahead in CS, he was still not being a factor in the game. But all in all, great turnaround by Super Friends just before Dragon. So I think that getting that gold influx back, that huge gold influx into their pockets, it's going to be so important for them in this coming fight.
Super Friends! They're doing it! You're gonna take the recall here. Xayah surely sitting on a lot of gold here. Fully stacked up, almost fully stacked up Ultimate Hunter here. You see how it says 375 on press the attack TDS? That means that it's not a good rune, by the way. I'm just saying, like, you know, sure, the Xayah is the one winning them the game. What is he building? Why did he go pickaxe? BF sword and BAM scepter. Why did he go IE? there's just a lot of things about the Super Friends that get me cracked up TDS, and stuff like this is one of it. I mean,
yeah,
it's working for them right now, you know. Morpheus teleported that last fight and just got zoned out by Jinja, able to just do a lot of damage considering that Vigard didn't get to scale, and you know, no Malphite there. Udyr completely on the side, and Mobster Penguin just getting evaporated off the map first meant that the Super Friends just had a perfect in towards that fight and getting it set up. And see here, Ronald just walking up and playing gatekeeper, not letting Kubomi even breathe near that control ward.
Yeah, they have complete control over the sport side. There's just one ward, which will give vision and maybe an... Oh, wait, Mobster. Oh, no.
Oh, Monster Penguin might be in trouble here. Death Realm is going to trap up the Akshan here. And the rest of the Super Friends are here. That's a huge shield coming in. The mistimed Solar Flare. Lumo flashes into the waiting arms of Morio. Oh my god! C9 Throat Goat just evaporated Morpheus there. He made it melt.
I think this is going to be the point where the game gets completely out of control for Super Friends. There's nothing that... How did that happen? Once again, I understand that you want to fight for this dragon, but you have no vision control. You need to enter as a unit, not as a one-man army. And we're seeing a similar situation from Cross Counters in the previous game. Remember when he was 4-1? Well, now Mobster Penguin was 6-1. He's 6-4. So he turned it around.
Yeah, absolutely. And what did I say, TS? Nygar has a 0% win rate in this series. They are going to force the ultimate out of Octofu. Ronald doesn't have the Solar Flare, but is going to look for the Flash Stun on towards the Udyr as well. Power trying to run away, trying to buy as much move speed with the Udyr. But C9 Throat Goat is just legendary, and the entirety of DZG just can't deal with the throw here. 10-0-1 on the Xayah as the Super Friends look on towards the Baron Nashor.
Yeah, they are able to turn around. They are going to get the Baron buff, and this is the last attempt to be able to turn around.
Yeah, the Solar Flare on towards Akshan as well here. Ronald's going to do a lot of damage by a lot of space here. The ultimate going in on towards cross counters of all people. Now Leona does get completely eviscerated by the side of the Vigor, and Super Friends are just forced to back off the Baron, considering that Jinja died for some reason too.
Yeah, they turn it around so well. So the Baron buff doesn't happen. Ginga died. It's only Throat Goat that is the one that... Oh, wait. Throat Goat. Okay.
Oh, wait. Throat Goat.
Oh, but he's dead.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. This...
Oh, no.
Can this be Baron?
I mean, you had 3 revives from the side of Dreadzone Gaming, so all 5 members on the side of DZG are alive. Now, Anivia and Mordekaiser being alive means that they do have the potential to look for a defend here. These are 2 of the members on the side of the Super Friends that can look to stop their Baron. But... you said it, TDS, and those worries came true. The kill on towards C9 Throat Goat means that, you know, that's a lot of gold going in towards the pockets of the Akshan here. In fact, I want to see how much gold Akshan is sitting on as well, by the way. Because, you know, that is one rich man.
Well, he recovered. Yeah, like, I don't want to say
that's
recovered.
A full item.
Got a lot from the kill of the Xayah. So, well, not only that, they got a lot thanks to the kill to the Hecarim, but apart from that, a kill to the Xayah. So, yeah, that's why he got such a huge gold influence. But,
yeah,
huge
absolutely.
I don't know why Super Friends went back in. I'm honestly, why didn't they just secure the Baron buff?
Yeah, absolutely. That is a little bit on the confusing end, but the thing is, the hope is still alive for the side of Super Friends here. Xayah, even though she gave her shutdown, even though they got the better of Throat Goat, you know, Still sitting on that beautiful 700 gold bounty right now. Flash is back available for C9 Throat Goat as well. Super Friends are playing a dangerous game here. No vision on towards this push. They're going to look on towards Morpheus, but the flash from the Vicar able to buy a lot of time here. Jinja's going to walk out away from the death charge here, and Bazaya is just melting down this tower, melting down everything that crosses her path here.
Yeah, important that they blew the flash out of Morpheus, so there's still a chance that maybe they're looking to play. Oh wait,
yeah,
like
they might want to look on towards a play here. There's gonna be a lot of play going on. There's a huge abilities coming out all over the place here. C9 Throat Goat going to be able to separate the backline. Octofu not able to survive for long enough here. Power over Ether going to get picked up by the Mordekaiser as well. That's going to be the Super Friends making their way on through. Kubomi has to hook on towards the wall here. That's going to be a 2-0 for the side of the Super Friends.
I feel like we're watching a series of who can throw harder, if I'm honest. Like, this is such a bizarre fight for the side of DZG to take when you have no action. Your gold is in action. He has every ounce of gold from your team. In the same vein as the Saya has them, their gold, the action has the DCG's gold. So when you are taking a fight without action, you're taking a fight with a feed, essentially without a feed, or even more so, without an arm. So why are you forcing those kind of plays? DZG put themselves into a bad spot. Great capitalization by Super Friends once again. This time securing the Baron buff importantly. And I feel like if there's going to be one last fight in this Dragon, I'm not sure if there's going to be, but if there happens to be one, then I feel like the Super Friends is perfectly positioned to be able to take it.
Yeah, absolutely. This is still soul for the side of Dread Zone Gaming. So if they want to, they can play for the Smite, still get that soul and put themselves in a really good position. We look at the Xayah, 4 items sitting pretty. C9 Throat Goat is just decked up right now, looking to slop it out with the side of Dread Zone Gaming, looking to brawl it out. The Akshan does have 3 items, however, so is still pretty strong himself. Now, the side of the Super Friends are going to look to cheese out in the bush here. Lumo pushing out the mid lane and cross counters is sitting as the chicken with the bait here.
Yeah, they do have a lot. They do have teleport, so it's not like they cannot respond quickly to the play. And the members that don't are pushing mid lane, which is the smart kind of response in this situation. Especially because when you look at side lanes, it's not like there's a lot of pressure that they have to fear. So if this dragon goes down and they don't take it, it's fine because they still have control over the pushing side lanes. That they may get, DZG may get gold value out of this play if they don't die here.
Yeah. Absolutely, they're just gonna look to sack off the dragon here now. Kubomi is gonna get ultimated by the side of Lumo here. The exhaust going on to the Mordekaiser, strangely enough, and that's just gonna be one dead Nautilus. It's Jinja picking up the kill on towards Kubomi as well. The flash from Nautilus burned is definitely really crucial, but Dragon going over to the Super Friends, lane priority where they need it. The Super Friends are in a really good position to take this game 2 away and make it 3 games once again. TDS.
Yeah. Yeah, we're looking into another 3-game series. We just have a curse. That's it. That's just us.
Okay. To be fair, I did kind of start talking with him. Oh, Flash coming in. See that Coco with the reaction, bending their way all the way through this team fight. Huge Drew on the floor, but just the Xayah right now. It's Xayah versus the world here. C9 Throat Goat trying to do as much as possible to burn from the red buff, able to pick up the Udyr down as well. But it's Jinja gonna sacrifice his life for the side of C9 Throat Goat. Oh my! No flash in! C9 Throat Goat is doing it. Triple kill going over to Xayah. That's gonna be a quadra kill. Is this it? Is this the meta kill? Auto attack! Meta kill!
Yeah, like that was such a great play out of C9 Throat Goat. I feel like this is the point where you just throw the surrender because there's no chance. That was a 3v5 and you lost. There's no chance, no hope. That's it. This is the game. I'm sorry for DZG, or not sorry. I really don't care if they win or not. But great fight by Super Friends. They turn it around. Throat Goat, after a questionable first game, in my opinion, turns it around in this second game. Dies only once, and it's able to carry the team on his back in this second game because it looked really bad at the start. We need to remember, the first 2 kills were onto the Anivia, and it didn't matter. Throat Goat got kills.
They're playing for KDA here, TDS, but looks like Nexus will go down. And off of a 19, 1 and 2 performance from C9 Throat
Will we be able? I'm not sure, but at least we're getting an exciting game to the series. Thorgold really stepping up in this game, and even through tough situations, Super Friends taking really, really good decisions. Now, DZG, they did really good things this game. The first 3 minutes or 5 minutes from them were actually quite good. They essentially put in the dumpster the Nivea. They didn't allow her to play. And if they were able to not allow for Throatgoat to get such a lead, then I feel like they could have just run this game over. But because the Saya was always in a good position, she got so much gold. They never were able to kill her correctly. It never amounted into anything, and that's why Super Friends at the end were able to take it.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think that simply there's not enough to say about this game. It was really chaotic, a lot of craziness happening, and I feel like we will just have to see what happens in game three.
Yeah, absolutely. And you said it best, TDS. With that all being said, though, we are just gonna jump to a short break while we go towards that last do or die moment in this series. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere, and we'll be right on back.
Everybody, panic! Hold on! I'm about to say something really cool. 3, 41, 9, and lift off! No one dies screaming without me. I feel like I forgot to shoot something. You're starting to bore me. She's such a loser. Always ready to cry. Da-da-da-da. Aw, come on. What's the worst that could happen?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back on towards game 3 between DZG Olympus and the Super Friends. And honestly, thanks to the throat goat himself, C9 throat goat, able to pick
Yep.
up that sweet, sweet pentakill to force themselves in towards this game 3. And this is the do or die game, TDS. What are your thoughts so far going into draft as, we see the usual bans come out already?
Yeah, so looking into this last game, like the Hickory getting picked once again, it was a really nice pivotal pick to go into the game. With the ultimate, it was quite important, so it's not surprised we're seeing it banned here. I feel like we may see DCG pivot once again into a normal composition because even though the play to go for the Veigar bot lane instead of the Veigar in the mid lane with the action looked fun. Like not gonna lie, I think that it could have worked out. It felt like it wasn't the most comfortable for Morpheus, if I'm honest. Like it didn't feel like he was comfortable with the pick. And I feel like for this last game you have to go for comfort, like for the Jinx first pick.
Yeah, absolutely. Jinx is gonna be picked up from the side of Morpheus. Did really well in that first game. Will C9 Throatgo opt for that Zaya once again? They're gonna go for the Nocturne here for its Jinja, and that's a pick I haven't seen in a long time, TDS.
I saw it once recently, more exactly, yeah, 2 days ago. Damwon versus Bro, but if I'm honest, I'm not sure if Super
Oh,
Friends is Damwon. So I'm not convinced with the pick, especially first pick. Like you're just bound to get countered unless this is a solo lane Nocturne, which it's really out of meta. So I'm not sure if I'm in favor of this. Now this is such a great pick
yeah,
because this denies
absolutely.
so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
And the Poppy could have been a really good potential pick here,
well, there's
but
not that bad either.
yeah, Thresh not that bad either, especially on the side of Gwillian. He's performed relatively well with it on this in the split so far. But
Yes.
we're in this world where the picks are where they're going, and the Poppy is gonna get picked up here, which is, a very good pivotal pick here, very important, especially to deny the dashes that Leona and Nocturne have. And they aren't gonna pick AD carry here, interestingly enough.
Yeah, leaving it open, we didn't see necessarily a lot of good use out of the counter PKD carry, if I'm honest. So it's surprising to see, but it does mean it does show the desire of Super Friends to play a going kind of composition. This we engage first, ask questions later, the kind of composition, and it looks with what you have already picked. Now, what is best? What would be the best AD carry in my opinion to follow up with this? I think Tristana would be kind of the obvious choice when you kind of think about it, but I think Suri would work great in this game for them. Like I feel like
Yeah,
Suri would be really nice.
absolutely. The Super Friends have a wealth of AD carries to pick from, but DZG Olympus gonna ban out the Veigar here. And there's a lot of question marks in terms of this draft. I do know that they have the super coach minus Michael in the call there, going over the draft with the side of the Super Friends. So that's definitely something to consider. But DZG Olympus, they only have one more band to look for, and they have to make sure it counts, especially since this could be the last time they ban a champion here in APL.
Yep.
TDS. This could be the last time for either one of these teams. And that's why every single decision matters absolutely. And
Ooh.
Kaisa is going to be the pick to take away.
Another champion that can follow up really well with Engage, right? So it makes sense that we see it ban away. It works really well with Engage supports as well for level 2 power spike, so Kaisa makes a lot of sense. Now, with Bex banned away, which I thought was going to be the best champion for them to pick. If I'm honest, I'm not sure why they banned Bex away if they were going to pick mid laner here, because Bex with an engaged comp works really well. Like that actually is great to have. But Victor, yes, you have a lot of consistent damage, you have a late game carry, but he doesn't necessarily follow up that great the rest of the engage. And the thing that I'm worried about the most is that if the engage fails and the Victor is out of position, then who is going to effectively peel for the Victor? Maybe Leona, but it's going to be hard for the Victor to find good avenues, even though it's not a bad pick. Now this would be
Yeah.
interesting.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
They're going to go for it. They're going to go for the Mosquito here. Vladimir being picked up here. And there's still that top mid flex here. So we'll have to see how it ends
Yeah,
up. But,
I was thinking about
you
that
know,
actually.
Dreadzone
If this-
Gaming do you have to round off their composition somehow for the Super Friends to think about. And, we're going to have 9 seconds until the pick here. I would really love to see some form of kind of bruisery damage here.
Ooh.
Shen is, not exactly the bruiser you want, but very scrappy of a champion, and they
Yep.
are going to lock it in here. So, it's all on the hands of C9 Throatgoat and what he wants here.
Yeah, and it does mean that it's Vladimir mid. It does.
Yeah, it is.
Mean it is Vladimir mid. So this is going to be quite an interesting adaptation out of DZG Olympus from their first game composition, because it is a mid lane that does want to go in and force fights, but he takes a little bit more time. And Seri, oh, Samira. Well, that is another AD carry that actually works that way.
Whoa!
Okay, Saya.
They're gonna go for the Zaya.
Work one game, you want to maybe make it work the second game, and there's a lot of potential killing the Saya, right? With the Vladimir, with the Shen, with the Jinx late game. So I can kind of see why you would opt into the Saya. Now, I feel like with the other 4 champions, apart from Victor, Samira would have been amazing because of the engage. You can get your value immediately. You have knockups with the Malphite. And I think that in a team fight as chaotic as one with Malphite, Leona, and Nocturne engaging in, Samira may just not be as huge of a threat as she would be other times, which means that she could get a lot of value. Now, Saya is not bad, don't get me wrong, but I think that if you want to play this kind of super engaged compositions, you need an AD carry that can follow up on those engages quite well, which is not something that Samira typically does by herself.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of things we don't typically do by ourselves, we always go through the waiting period together, TDS, as this is the do or die match for DZG Olympus and the Super Friends. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the last time for Play-ins weeks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for this Game 3 banger once again.
瞬きを伝えて守るものがあるからきっと強くなれる語るべき言葉なくした星の守り手は時の果て夢の果て闇に立ちすくんだ風を呼んでみたんだ空に向けて誰かを呼んでみたんだ光求めたソリチュードかすかなレゾナンス確かに届くロマンスそんな流れ星たちを抱き留めた明日が見えなくだって乗り越えなくちゃって奇跡の奇跡描き未来へつなぐ Growing High 心のフォトンが銀河にこぼれて道を強く照らす Burning Bright それぞれの思い秘めた星の守り手は空からの呼ぶ声に導かれた重ねる手と手には言葉なんかより伝わることがある熱い心通じ合った確かなレゾナンス見つけるのはエッセンス目指した意識の先がディスティネーション答えが見えなくてくじけそうになって支え合い誓い合う絆でつなぐシャイニースマイル心のフォトンが銀河に溢れて道を開く鍵は My Starlight Heart明日が見えなくだって乗り越えなくちゃって奇跡の奇跡描き未来へつなぐ Growing High 心のフォトンが銀河に溢れて道が開いたら羽ばたいて行こうよ乗り越えて行こうよ星空と溶け合っていつまでも行ける Fly High まっすぐ願いを世界に歌って新しい夜を新しい朝をここからまた始めよう My heart shines endlessly 飛び立て
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back on towards Summoner's Rift. And for the last time, it's going to be one of these teams on the Summoner's Rift 2. And Ronald wants to explain the PTA tech on C9 Thurko, and honestly, as a Xayah player,
Wait,
I do
no.
not.
I don't think it's on Saya. What?
Oh,
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 no. Oh.
oh! It's on Vladimir.
Uh,
Oh my goodness.
I don't have words. I'm sorry for that, but it's a mistake. It's a mistake by a Monster Penguin.
It
But
is
I'm not.
it
I
is
don't think we can do
definitely
anything. Yeah.
a mistake. Now, very crucially, like Mobster Penguin says, there's a rule that says we can remake if y'all allow us. And the Super Friends have said no.
Yeah. Unlucky. It's the only thing I can say. Like, realistically, I understand why Super Friends would say no. Reminder, this is an elimination game. Whoever loses here, it's out. So,
It's not just elimination. It's the last game of the split
yeah,
for
potentially.
one of these teams. So, Super Friends, being the rule shark Ronalds they are, gonna go for it here. And if they lose to press the attack,
Oh no, the memes would be so great.
yeah, look at the press the attack value there. No AP scaling runes, Legend Bloodline on Mobster Penguin. There's gonna be a lot of difficulty in the early game, and
Yeah. It was already going to be hard. Now it's going to be harder.
yeah, absolutely. And you look press the attack. I'm really curious to see how many times Mobster Penguin will be able to proc press the attack, honestly. But going back on the subject of press the attack, I
Yeah.
still don't know why C9 Thurko has pressed the attack on Xayah. I think it's a really bad rune. But you know what?
If
It
I
got
think
him a
of his
pentakill
reasoning-
last game, so
True. If I think of the reasoning, I think that it must be 100% focus on lane, right? Kind of like with Lucian, where you just try and make it so that your laning phase you get a kill. I feel like that's kind of the idea here, and it did up to him. It did get him a couple of kills in the lane, so if it's for that, I can get behind it. But I feel like with Xayah, you would still get a lot of value with essentially almost any other rune from that 3. Maybe not Conqueror, but the other 2 are, I think, better.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, on Xayah, it's really just lethal tempo. If it's not lethal tempo, you go Halo Blades. But on Vladimir, the press the
Or
attack
Ares.
just really. Oh, it's definitely not a good start. It's definitely a huge disadvantage, if anything, for the side of the Super Friends, as they'll definitely have that to worry about. As a minute till Dragon Z here, a lot of trading going down in the bottom side as well.
Great move.
Land on towards Ronald as well, but the first blood going over towards C9 Thurko. Great flash as well to dodge out on the poppy damage, but no pullback on the Xayah yet. Means that Thurko might be
dead.
going down here. Morpheus picks up the kill. The flash from the side of Morpheus plus the cleanse, maybe a little bit unnecessary, but
Yeah.
2 kills going over, 2 for 1. The first blood on the Xayah though is a good start for the Super Friends.
Yeah, 100%. They did get the first blood. They also forced out 3 summoners out of the enemy bot lane. Now, I don't understand the flash and the cleanse. If I'm honest, I don't think that was a good play out of Morpheus because the kill was a given. But, okay.
Yeah, we see here, they're going to look on towards the Vladimir here. The Monster
Use
Penguin might be in trouble
stun.
here. Uses the W, still gets feared up. They want to look for the chase though, but Thresh is here. The Kuomi hook does go wide, and that's just going to be it for now. Power over Ether is looking as well. On flash misses on towards cross counters, really crucial now.
but they get
Cross
stunned
counters
here.
is going to get stunned up. The flash over the wall as well. Kubomi follow flash as well. This is not a good situation for the side of either team. A lot of scuff cooldowns used and a lot of lone summoners definitely nerves off that game 3, starting to get to both of them.
Yeah, it's a hard situation where you know that everything could just go away if you lose this game. So we do see those kind of small mistakes. It does give the side of DZG the flash out of the picture, which I think for the Vladimir is going to be important because he's going to get focused. Like, he was already getting focused thanks to the fact that is running PDA, but now, like, he's still a Vladimir. Oh wait, he gets a kill.
Oh my god! That's the
PDA
attack,
Vladimir.
Vladimir!
Yes.
Dingle on towards the side of cross counters, and I don't know how you would let that happen.
I don't know how, but I cannot clap at Monster Penguin. I think all series long he has performed, and in a game that looks so tough with PDA Vladimir, he gets a solo kill against the Victor. Great play by him, taking advantage of what we talked about. The flash of Victor was blown in the previous fight, so it means that the Victor is going to be much more susceptible to this kind of plays. Great engage, great kill, and great capitalization out of the mistake from the Victor. Now, Vladimir is still not out of a tough spot because he still needs to reach. He originally needs to reach level 9 for his Q, but
The thing
it's
is, he was
going to
level
work out better
5.
for one. Yeah, he was level 5. I think he reached it just before he decided to engage. He reaches level 5 and then goes all in for the engage, because at that point he has, I think, level 3 Q and level 1 E. So it's the extra damage from the Q just is enough to get enough damage to be able to get the kill.
Yeah, absolutely, and really well played from the side of Mobster Penguin, able to take that advantage, but also, on the other hand, poorly played from the side of cross counters.
Yeah.
You just can't let that happen. And on the Victor right now, getting it picked, getting it countered as well, definitely not the most optimal situation. But like the game is still in quite the precarious position here. There's been no like major advantages that have blown up the game really, and there's the bone plating value on the Vladimir here. You see the hook going in on towards Ronald. Well, Bobby running in here, but Throga is in a decent position. But no, Ronald is just gonna be given up here. And Morpheus is going to pick a kill on towards Ronald, on towards this Leona. That's going to be a 4-1 start for the side of DZG. Now in the top lane though, Jinja is here. They want to look on towards the Shen. The Malphite ult 6 off the wave as well. Jinja picks up the kill on towards Octofu.
Yeah, and pre-level 6 kill, important, because that means that now he gets level 6. Now he just got level 6 with that wave. He can look for a play with his ultimate in another place in the map. I would think he goes bot lane, since you do want to give Dorgot another kill, right? Like, he carried the game previously in the previous game, so I feel like you would want to give him gold. But I can see them also trying to go for the Vladimir because he doesn't have any summoners. So that could be another point of contention for the side of Superfriends.
Yeah, absolutely. Superfriends, the game 1 was definitely not the most convincing in terms of how they want to play it out, but this game 2 is game 2 definitely was a turnaround from the side of C9 Throga. He 1v9 his way to a victory there, and in this game, that mantle is on him to do the same here. As with how the whole situation is going right now, DZG do have an early lead, but it's only a couple hundred in gold right now, so it's not as bad as it can be. In fact, there is no gold lead anymore for the side of DZG. It's back to even.
Yeah, we're in a spot where, like you pointed out, there's no real huge gold lead in favor of any team at this point in the game. Compared to the previous games where we have seen much more action, these have felt a little bit much more quiet, and I feel like it does have to do with Ginga taking the Nocturne, right? Because it's not a super proactive jungler, it's not a one that we see being super aggressive, so we're lacking that amount of attention from each team to try and go for plays. Same with the Poppy to a certain degree, and with the mid laners as well. These are not mid laners that try to go for a lot of plays around the map. They want to try and keep farming, they want to try and keep the game in a spot where they just farm till they get level 11, level 2 ultimate, 1 item, and then they try and fight. Nice.
Yeah, so trading the top lane as well. Luma just getting chunked out a lot by that Malphite damage, and that's a lot of damage that the side of Octofu is putting in on towards Lumo as well. So really well played trade. And we see in the mid lane here, Mobster Penguin just using that Vlad ult, buying a lot of health, and even though it's pressed the attack, Vladimir has been able to be winning out in the mid lane.
Yeah, that first kill that he got was certainly quite important. Going in.
Oh no, it might just happen again here. The gravity field is going to get dodged out by the Vladimir W's with a flash forced out from the side of cross counters as well. And once again, press the attack. Vladimir picks it up.
Yeah, I wasn't even sure if he could get the solo kill there, but the Ghost, the extra movement speed, the Victor didn't have enough mana. Really nicely played by Mobster Penguin. I honestly think that cross counter should have played around his
turret. Yeah, playing on the top side here though. Lumo might be in trouble here. Does have that unstoppable force to ult out if he just wants to. Jinja is going to come in for the return of the force. The flash out of the Poppy as well. Auto attack trade from the side of Octofu, but that's going to be a 1-for-1 in terms of the trade. Now Morpheus doesn't get the right cleanse timing as well. And that's going to be a dead Jinx. The shutdown going over towards C9 Throko, swallowing up Morpheus as well. Kubomi is not going to be too long for him. One more auto attack. Double kill going over towards C9 Throko, and the Super Friends are looking to repeat their super formula to success.
Yeah, he could have died at the start of the game, and he did, but it doesn't matter. They go for another 2v2 kill, they get the 2v2 kill, and Morpheus, you may start 2-1 as the Jinx, but it doesn't matter. Thorgo doesn't care about your lead, he will go for the kill and get it. Importantly as well, I think Ronald with engage was so nice. The Morpheus was a little lead with the cleanse, but it didn't matter, so the great play by Ronald means another kill. Oh wait, ooh, Tofu, he's fine. Close, but not enough.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely just really close. Octofu playing with a dangerous amount of health, but
Yeah.
no Nocturne ult from the Super Friends and no real threat of follow-up damage means that they can't afford to look here. And for the side of DZG, they have to make sure that this Poppy and Vlad can get the tempo going, because the bot lane is just winning out now. Games 1 and 2, we didn't see 2v2 kills go over in favor for the Super Friends, and the fact that this is happening in this game now is a sign of worry. They are going to go for the dive in towards the bottom lane. The Kubomi, Morpheus, and the side of Monster Penguin are looking, but the freeze in the bottom lane means that they're not going to look for anything here. They might look on towards Ginger, though. No, they might look on towards cross counters. You see here, the Oz going to get pinned up against the wall. Aspie, the kill going over to Morpheus as well. Really well played from the side of DZG to give over that kill to their AD carry.
They have Herald. They can take down this mid lane turret as well. Yeah, they are actually using it, and I think these are nice plays. There's no one that realistically should be able to stop them. Ginga has ultimate, but if he goes 1v5, he can just get bursted out. So I think that this is potentially for plates. I don't think they get 5 with full turret.
Yeah, I mean, the tower's stacking up a lot of resistances here, so if anything, it's going to be really worth, once again, for C9 Throat Goat, actually, just going to pick up a whole wave bot, not going to grieve for this tower plate in fears of getting collapsed on, but that's a lot of effective EXP and effective gold that the side of DZG lose out on. Now, they are posturing here in towards the river here. C9 Throat Goat is moving up as well. They want to look to get first right of way on towards the river, on towards this Hex Dragon. Jinx is in that bottom lane. A control word dropped in the river as well, but both teams are just going to back off.
Yeah, not a fight ending up happening. The dragon just spawned, like you pointed out. I feel for this part of the game, the side of DZG shouldn't force the fight, because the side... Oh wait, they go!
C9 Throat Goat might be in trouble here, but this could just be a bait. Is he going to be able to survive? Yes, able to live on a sliver of health, and it's Jinja able to pick up the return kill here. Almost a heart attack for the side of the Super Friends, but Jinja coming in with the Nocturne, turning off the lights, making sure that DZG couldn't capitalize. Wait, why are they backing off?
I think they're afraid of the Super Mega Death Rocket. Well, no, it's actually a 3v3, because since Throat Goat is down, they're pushing. He cannot immediately go for the fight. And with the Vladimir being strong, so strong right now, with the ultimate, maybe they are afraid of that. Yeah, they also have Stand United, like you pointed out. So it is a tough decision to step away, but I feel like you don't need that dragon immediately. Like, you got the kill onto the Poppy, and the Saya didn't die, right? So I feel like all in all, that is a better trade. And with the Saya collecting the Kraken Slayer here, they can now opt into the dragon.
Yeah, absolutely. Dragon Dragon definitely gonna be something that's a bit on the contention here, but right now the whole situation, once again, 0 on the PTA Vladimir, but right now the whole situation is, where do you want to go with this game? Where do both teams want to take their direction? Jinja's doing a really good job out farming the Poppy, has that Stride Breaker completed already, so Power over Ethernet is slowly gonna start to fall off here. And you look at C9 Throat Goat, once again has that Kraken Slayer, 27 more CS until that call is completed. This game is much more tense than before, the early game where the Super Friends just don't have that same lead. So definitely a lot to think about here if you are the side of Dreadzone Gaming.
Yeah, we're way too close at this particular game. It's for 15 minutes, almost 15 minutes, and the gold lead is no more than 600 gold, 700 gold. So it's really, really close for either team. So any mistake can really be detrimental for either side. They really don't want to be the reason or force a mistake that don't benefit them, although wait, Monster Penguin, 0 low.
Yeah, Monster Penguin might gonna get engaged on you. The flash coming in as well. Everything is gonna be dumped on towards this Vladimir. So the fear just a way to zone him from the fight, and Ronald picks up the kill on towards the Poppy here. It's gonna be a one fight for the side of the Super Friends, and once again, no Shen ultimate used.
Yeah, and I feel like the Shen maybe was pressured into a spot where he couldn't ultimate since he was in front of the Malphite. So it just becomes a hard situation to try and force out. This Drake should be, yeah, easily captured. Oh!
Yeah, they're gonna get captured, but they're gonna look for the fight here. Monster Penguin is gonna look for the fight here. C9 Throgo's gonna use that ultimate.
Oh.
But gonna get picked up by the Vlad, sucking up all those health bars. That Shen ultimate finally
Just
gonna be
enough.
used out here. Good gravity field to
Oh,
buy a
the
lot of
hook
space,
here.
but the Jinx Rocket able to pick it up. The resets for Morpheus, the Gale Force in as well. And Morpheus, not able to pick it up. Ginger lives?
Yeah,
Oh, he lives it.
Okay,
Wow.
that was close enough. That was close enough, and I think close enough in every aspect because, first of all, Vladimir doesn't die thanks to the Stand United coming in, but also they didn't focus the Vladimir. When you look at the fight, the amount of focus around the Vladimir wasn't that high. He got the ultimate down, he got the Q. He was barely able to survive in that fight. Really crucial that he gets the ultimate down and nobody focuses him, so he was able to survive for so long. And important as well, the Malphite was in no position to stop the Stand United, which means that now the Shen can actually not only use it, but use it effectively, get to the fight, and turn it around, make it a 4v4 that they can actually win. And the Saya never really found good avenue to deal damage. Like, she dealt damage to the Vladimir, but that was useless damage since the Vladimir didn't end up dying. And then the Shen just received every brunt of the damage and it didn't accomplish much. Meanwhile, the Jinx was free hitting in the back line, she didn't get focused, and she was able to just do what the Saya couldn't do at all. Really great fight by DZG.
Yeah, absolutely. And the moment that Hebo play goes down, you know, if C9 Throgo is going to get hit by it, there's no magic resist on a champion like Xayah, and gets the call completed, gets 350 gold, which is equivalent to a kill, crucially. Monster Penguin is going to show himself on the bush here. They are going to look on towards the side of C9 Throgo, and that's a lot of damage.
What?
Monster Penguin is unstoppable and just erases C9 Throgo off the face of the rift.
So I'm supposed to be the color caster, right? I'm supposed to analyze that, but what happens when I'm not even sure that that should be the case with Vladimir at level 12? I'm not sure if that should happen at all, but guess it does. Saya dies immediately, and like you're pointing out, no magic resistance. I think that you have to go into Momorius. I think that this is a game that you're forced into that, because if not, you're just an easy target to kill.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, it's a 3,000 gold lead in favor of the Super Friends right now, but, you know, there needs to be adjustments in terms of what we want to see from items. It looks like there will be a locket purchase from the side of Ronald, just to make sure that there can be some survivability there. But, you know, we need to see that Hex Drinker coming out from the side of C9 Throgo right after the Phantom Dancer, because if he doesn't go for that, he's just not going to be able to live.
Yeah, that is going to be really important. Like, the survivability of the Saya is a really important factor in this game, because we talked about the dive potential from the composition from Super Friends, right? But the fact that if the Saya doesn't achieve to do damage in those moments, then that composition just becomes even worse than I think it could potentially be, thanks to the fact that there's no followers onto that dive. Now, the Saya is really crucial to get the damage down, especially against champions like Shen, like Poppy, like Vladimir, that can survive for a long while.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, side of Super Friends are going to take their resets here. The Phantom Dancer is completed for the side of the Xayah. No magic resist just yet, but the locket is there for Ronald. Jinja is hovering towards his top side, and Lumo is here going to look towards the Scuttle Crab, and they want to look for a play on towards the Shen potentially. No, they're just going to go for the sweep out here. But once again, this Infernal Dragon is going to be a really important fight. Whoever can pick this up will definitely look to be able to get a snowball and get a move on towards that soul win condition. And so it's just tension. This is going to be waiting it out here. It's an even gold state right now, even though it is 10-6 on the kills. That Vladimir is definitely, you know, the saving grace here. And as you see here, the Xayah ult coming in just in trade for the Hemo play. They are going to look for the ult Vladimir. They are CCing him with the Lantern. Is going to be able to get them out. The Poppy ult buys a lot of space here. C9 Throgo kind of standing in on the front here, but that's 3 ultimates gone for the side of DZG at the trade of 3 as well. So you know, it's really dependent on how it goes here. No Hemo Plague. They do have that unstoppable force on the Malphite though. Lumo can make the hero play here. No limits on the map right now. As see here, Dreadstone Gaming posturing in towards this river here. The fight is going to be really slowed out
Octofu?
here. See here, Octofu has to move out here. Luma once again just walking in, playing as that rock in the front line. Dragon going to spawn in 3 seconds here. Mobster Penguin doing a lot of damage with those Qs though. They are going to look for a hook. Gonna go wide on towards Jinja here. Playing it slow. Lumo just dancing out with the rest of the team. Octofu might be in a bit of trouble here. However, Ethernet is going to go for the play on towards the Malphite though. And Jinja going to flash on towards the side of the Jinx. Oh my goodness. Morpheus just picks up the instant kill on towards the Malphite there. And C9 Throko, no flash. No ult is going to get traded away from the side of power over Ethernet. And that's going to be a 3-for-0 for the side of Dreadzone Gaming. And you know, it's just a misplayed fight. No unstoppable force, and the overforce on towards the Jinx as well means that, you know, the side of the Super Friends don't get to play the fight with their compositions.
Yeah, and it's the over-focus win against the Jinx, like you're pointing it out. We were hyping, or at least focusing so much on Lumo because of the Unstoppable Force, the only ultimate that was still up that could impact the team fight from both teams, essentially. But he focuses so much on trying to force into the Jinx, and I think you can quite notice this because when the Nocturne goes for the Jinx and blows everything up, he's always posturing to try and go for the Malphite ultimate. But we had instances where he could just go for 4-man ultimates on other members, and you can win the fight anyway. I think that over commitment for the Jinx ended up being I'm losing on the word, but the fact that makes Malphite lose the fight. Because he doesn't use ultimate, he dies, and then everyone else is dispersed. They die alone on the side, and they cannot follow up. So it's an easy fight for the side of DZG without important ultimates at that.
Oh, they're gonna look on towards the Vladimir here. Ronald gonna look for the engage here. C9 Throko definitely gonna try put out as much damage as possible. That's gonna be the Hemo play going down as well. And C9 Throko is gonna be really low, but Jinja swooping in. The superstar, the super friend wants to pick up the kill. But the Shen ultimate coming in as well. Stad United buying a lot of health, and Octofu picks up the trade kill on towards the Nocturne, and they were so close, TDS. They were inches away from picking up that shutdown on the Vladimir, but picking off the Nocturne there means that they can look for the Dragon here. However, the cross counters just ran it.
Yeah,
that's going to be Baron going over towards the side of DZG, and with, you know, with the Zaya on 1 HP, with the Leona looking for the base and the Malphite on the bottom lane, this just looks like it's going to be a free Baron Nashor.
Yeah, there's no chance to fight this. If they try to commit so hard, they may lose completely the game. There's still a chance, even with Baron buff, but this is looking super harsh for the side of Super Friends. You were talking about the ace, Ginga, going in and trying to get the kill. I want to point you out at the actual ace of the game. Mobster Penguin, he baits out Ginga, and not only that, he doesn't die. He's doing so much at this Vladimir. His value in this game is so high, and he doesn't die at all. He even baits out the ultimate out of C9 Throatgoat without actually being able to get the kill. The ultimate from Ronald as well. It's just so much value that they find with this Vladimir, and I'm not sure if they have a good answer at this, apart from just trying to CC him to death thanks to a mistake from Mobster himself.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Mobster Penguin almost traded the kill, but that Lantern from the side of Kubomi definitely was a saving grace there. Able to buy a lot of space. Oh, they want to look on towards the Jinx, though. That's going to be a QSS. That's going to be the Gale Force away. They weren't able to kill the Jinx yet. Ronald is looking on towards Morpheus, though. Able to pick up the kill there. Able to get the trade return kill on towards the Nocturne as well. But look at C9 Throgo. Able to do a lot of damage. Able to good root on towards the side of the Shen as well. But uses the ultimate to buy a lot of space. Cross counters, picks up a kill on towards Octofu. Vladimir is just not there. Mobster Penguin does want to look for the flank, though. They are going to see him come out now. Flash isn't available from the side of the Vlad. The Hemo play coming down as well. The bounce house going in as well. C9 Throgo just gets evaporated by the Vladimir as well. Mobster Penguin popping the hell off right now, getting that empowered Q, and has to press the attack. Vladimir once again, did he bonk it? Yes, he did. 146 damage from that rune choice right there, and Mobster Penguin popping off in that fight. The ace going over to the side of DZG, and 806 Vladimir sucking the life out of the Super Friends right now.
Yeah, Mobster Penguin with the Jax cosplay, because imagine if he had a real rune. That would have been way worse. This game is turning into just a Mobster Penguin highlight reel, and that fight was actually great. Oh wait,
Ginga is in trouble, and that's going to be a dead superstar right there. And
What's
know,
a start to a vampire?
it's 21-8 here, TDS. The Super Friends, they had their valiant efforts. C9 Throko was able to get that huge lead in the bot lane with those
Yep.
early kills, but that Vladimir is just getting way too damn strong.
Yeah, and I also gotta say, I think Lucina Thorgo is not respecting the Vladimir threat yet to go for a Hex Drinker, yet to have that extra resistance. I understand you wanting to go for damage, but not dying is damage in itself. Like, if you don't die, then you can deal more damage, right? And I feel like that's something that Cine Thorgo is failing here. On the other side, Mobster Penguin getting the Rabadon second. I'm not always a fan of this, since there's barely any magic resistance on the actual champions that you care about. You actually don't need it. Like you can get it later on, right? But at this point, it's not necessary, which means that just by having per damage, you can destroy this Saya, this Victor, much more easily.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's going to be a sole point going over towards Dread Zone Gaming here, and, there's just a lot of factors that aren't going the way of, the Super Friends here. Lumo, you say it's no limit Lumo, but it looks like he's going to be limited in his options of how he's going to live here. The flash from Morpheus flash.
Yeah, I don't know. What are you afraid of? I think it has to be reflect. I think it has to be like...
Absolutely. And it looks like they are going to look for a return play on towards Octofu. They are going to trade the kill over. Jinja is able to pick it up, but once again, it looks like they're just throwing Skittles at a wall. They're throwing shit at a wall, expecting it to stick because the Super Friends are just in a dire situation now. They haven't been able to make plays work. They've only gone for these 1-for-1 trade kills, and they're giving up so much more on the other end. Ronald might be in trouble here. The hook from the side of Kubomi, able to tag up the Leona for quite a while. C9 Throko trying to do as much as he can, able to buy a lot of space. The Hemo plate going in, not able to tag up the Zaya though, and that's just going to be an inhibitor going down at 27 minutes.
Yeah, they do get the inhibitor. They forced out the flash out of Ronald as well. So all in all, not a bad trade. Even the flash from Ginga, all in all, not a bad trade. Importantly though, I think that for Super Friends side, they still got a pick on the side lane, even though they lose Lumo. So in that area, you can kind of consider a 1v1, a 1-for-1. I'm not sure I'm a fan of the demonic embrace on the Shen in this game, but hey, you're winning, so what can I say, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's working out, and there's no complaints there. Vladimir has a 100% win rate with press the attack, I guess, but
has better win rate than Veigar already.
Yeah, like it already does, but it's an 8,000 gold lead. Soul Point is knocking on the door of the Super Friends right now. It is not looking optimal by any means.
Infernal Soul Vladimir, wow.
Yeah, Infernal Soul Vladimir. So not only, I mean, it just works like both ways, right? You get the AP scaling from your health, and you also get the health scaling from your AP, and then you get the AP from the Infernal, which converts to health. I mean, everything's just converting, and it's all converging the way off DZG Olympus right now, because they're performing. They're up a lot. They're up 13 kills. They're up 8,000 gold now, and they're just waiting for this Baron Nash to spawn so they can take it on spawn.
Yeah, they can force it, and I think much more maybe than taking the objective is maybe forcing the fight. Because a fight where they can just re-engage onto the opponent works out marvelous for the Vladimir, especially if he can find a flank angle to just kill the Victor and the Saya. I feel like that may be something that they look into. Ooh, Ronald.
Yeah, Ronald got to engage, but I don't know if that's the fight you want. The puppy smile there, and that's just going to be another kill going over towards Mobster Penguin. Legendary now on the Vladimir, and that's Baron.
So I need to, I kind of want to know why Ronald thought that was going to be a good idea ever. Like,
it's for the culture.
Yeah, it has to be. It just feels like that. That's just easy Baron for the side of DZG. Now don't get us wrong. Like, that Baron was more than likely going into the hands of DZG, but 5v5 it's easier to try and stop it than 4v. So interesting play by Ronald. They still have a chance in this last dragon if they don't let the base die in this push with the Baron buff, although Lumo needs to be careful.
Okay, he dodges out in the hook there, but right now it just sounds like the inevitable for the Super Friends right here,
we talked about how, oh, we're gonna go see a Nocturne going in on towards the Shen, but that's so tanky. That's so much damage that Octopu is just able to negate flashes out to get away. But Mobster Penguin wants to look for the chase.
Mobster
Flash
Penguin.
Hemo Plague. Jinja wasn't able to react in time. That Hemo Plague pocket is still gonna go. Mobster Penguin legendary right now. They are gonna look on towards Morpheus though, as C9 throw goes nowhere to be seen. We see here Morpheus just trading some auto attacks with ultimate.
Oh
No,
flash in
Lumo!
front.
Gonna get
Yeah.
picked off there. Poppy is able to run in and give Monster Penguin another kill. Legendary on this Vladimir. The flash hook doesn't go through. And you know, as much as C9 Throco tried, as much as the Super Friends were able to take one back, it looks like that's gonna be all she wrote for now. Press the attack, Vladimir. 100% win rate in APL, baby. That's gonna be the ace for the side of Dread Zone Gaming Olympus. That's gonna be playoffs, and that's gonna be the game and series.
Yeah. And deserves huge props. Sorry for that. They then deserve huge props because I'm not sure of your pronoun. Sorry for that. But he played so well in this series. It felt like cross counters one was non-existent when you actually think about it. And I don't think cross counters has been a huge liability for Super Friends. Just Monster Penguin just played that well. In the 3 games, he had impact, he had power, he had control over the game in a sense that I don't think we saw from the enemy mid laner. And in the last game, the Vladimir just completely controlled the game. Got a first blood, got a first kill early on, and from that point onwards, it didn't matter what happened. He always got the kill.
Yeah, I mean, a level 5 solo kill is just
Yep,
crazy.
not
It's
typical.
yeah, it's something you don't see on the Vladimir, and you know the fact that he does it without the help of a proper rune, without much, without the option of remake, there shows that he's able to tough it out, and make it work. But commiserations
Yep.
to Super Friends, absolutely wonderful team to always talk to. The culture on the Super Friends always great. They're already talking about how they cheated and that that they're better team or whatever, but always great to see that they
Obviously.
can go out with a smile. And congratulations to Dreadzone Gaming for making it through, making it towards the side of playoffs. Now, unfortunately, we won't get a draw show due to, or won't get a bracket show due to a lot of the reschedules that, due to a reschedule. But
Sad.
this does means that team leads will have the choice to be able to pick out their opponents in playoffs, and whenever those do happen, we'll get our playoff sheets ready to go. But ladies and gentlemen, once again, me and TDS out here casting a 3-game banger
Another
series.
one.
Yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you to Matt, our wonderful producer. Thank you to TDS for joining me on this code casting desk. And once again, thank you to you all, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. And as all the saying goes, we'll see you next week.